scary.
2, 1. Do you get easily scared?
Easily frightened.
It's scary being
What the
live.
fuck? I started streaming. I can't move that. Okay, there it goes. Dude, the starting soon thing is frozen. There we go.
Oh wait, I'm on it. Okay, I need to mute that.
Why is it frozen? Okay, the logo gets easily scared. That's why it's not moving.
Yeah, what is that? Is it meant to start?
It's meant to. The thing is meant to spin.
Right,
But
off to a great
who cares?
start.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're here. That's all that matters.
All right, we'll give like a minute or two for chat to show up and stuff. Dude, before like, do you see the guy in the phone-in channel? The guy, the fresh guy.
He was there before.
He's been there for like 16 hours.
What the heck?
You've got to give
He's
him.
been
like,
there for like almost a
personal-
day. And he said like, what did he say when he joined? He was like, "Hey,
Hopefully
I'm
I'll get
waiting 18
pictures.
hours left."
Oh my god.
Wait, is it
Most
Fresh?
dedicated guy
That
I've
guy?
ever seen. Yeah, it is.
Oh
Maybe I haven't responded to him on Discord. Maybe he just.
no, he's here.
Oh no.
He just said they mentioned me.
Wait, what if we took his question like before anything?
Honestly, he deserves it.
Yeah. You know what? Let him have the opening.
Yeah, you know what?
question.
Wait, I hope he's not like asleep or anything because it's been so
No,
long.
he's alive.
No. He typed in the chat.
Oh, he's
just
alive?
now.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear what he has to say. We'll get this out of the way. Fresh, buddy.
Hello.
Buddy,
Hi, I'm
Hi.
here.
Yo.
do you have a question for Absolute?
Yes.
Go on.
Alright, bro. Hold on. Give me. I'm nervous, bro.
I'm nervous.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So,
Absolute's more
when you
nervous than
originally created like Mega Hack, did you expect it to go as far as it did?
Not at all. I remember it was in sixth form, which is like, I think the US equivalent of high school. I was expecting to just like help me get a bit of money on the side while I look for a job when I go to university to help pay for stuff. But by the end of like my time at sixth form, I was considering not going to uni because it was like it would make sense to focus on this than like get an education.
Right.
But yeah, in the end, I did choose to go to uni and do this on the side, which was probably the best idea.
Alright.
Well, goodbye, Fresh. You are
Bye.
the most dedicated person I've ever seen in my whole life.
Thanks for having
18
me.
hours.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That was interesting. I've never seen.
I'm reading YouTube chat. Someone said I sound like Morgs. I think that's just because I'm British.
All right, let me get all our topics up because we have a lot to talk about here. I don't even know where to put it so I can have it up and read it. I'll just DM it to Google. That works best. All right. So, do you want to start with talking about the incident 2 weeks ago?
The incident. Oh yeah. I still feel bad about that. We uni's ended for us. So, but I'm still in my uni city because I didn't quite want to say goodbye to the student life. And then we held like a party at our house because one of our old uni mates were coming up. Like we hadn't seen him in a few months. It was the first time in a while we'd had a big house party like that. Especially because like third year, it's stressful. We were not going out like we used to, and I might have been hungover quite a bit.
Dude, I'm not
gonna lie. You
lie.
kind of feel it into like the second day. It's like it was not it. I remember
only been drunk twice, but I know what you mean.
Oh, in Britain, uni and alcohol are just like synonymous.
Yeah.
I started drinking like when I was 14, but it really picked up the first year, and I've never been the same since.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I woke up and like I got the DM where you were like, "Oh my god, you're gonna hate me," I was like, "Motherfucker, man." I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of pissed at first, but like it was fine.
No. Yeah, that's valid.
Because you gave me a good reason,
and
not just like what.
I don't feel like it. No, I was hanging beyond belief. I thought I'd learned my limits, and I kind of have, but it had been a while, you know. Your tolerance goes down and stuff, and I also just kind of wanted to drink a lot.
What'd you have to
It's
drink?
good night.
If we're talking about it, might as well know.
What did I have? I mean, these days I love like my fruity drinks. I'm not a beer drinker or anything like that. So it'll be like a Copperberg cider, or like just any vodka in any mix. What I used to do a lot in first and second year is vodka, G Fuel, and Sprite.
Jesus.
Oh my
And
god.
it it's ridiculous how well the G Fuel master the vodka. I remember being known for just throwing up at every party all night out because I just get way too smashed.
Do we have a
But-
name for this concoction? Have you named it yet?
I never named it. It was just G Fuel vodka. It was just like that drink that Ben always has.
All right, I have a
and
name. I thought of it. The Mega Yak.
The Mega Yak.
That was such a bad joke. I did that on purpose, I swear.
Thank you so much. No, it honestly though, if anyone's got G Fuel and some vodka lying around, have it. I always had the it was Jev's flavor, the gummy one or whatever. But
I had the PewDiePie
I would go
one, it
back
was
to it.
okay.
I had that as well. That was good. Is it discontinued?
What was it,
now?
like the PewDiePie berry or something?
Yeah, it was like a red packaging or something. But I swore to myself that I wasn't going to do that after second year because it was bad. And then all my G Fuel went moldy because I'd like I'd not touched it in a year. Yeah.
Dude, something similar happened to me.
What?
When I was in high school, I used to have a soda collection, which is the weirdest shit ever. I would
What,
collect
like-
soda cans and just put them in a drawer.
I hope you
And-
wash them out.
No, they were unopened. And so, if you know anything
Oh.
about aluminum cans and, acidic beverages, you will know that eventually it's going to puncture through the aluminum and spill everywhere. And I
Oh.
forgot about it because I never checked the drawer. And one time I opened it, and there was so much mold that I had to like break the drawer out of the cabinet, and I had to throw the entire drawer away.
Oh no! Why were
I
you
have pictures
collecting
of it. It's
soda
so
cans?
disgusting, but
That's just I've never like of all the collections. What,
yeah,
was it
it's
just like-
weird. Like I don't know why I did that. It was back
I
when
mean,
I
I
used
know
to
that-
drink soda every day.
I know there are people who have like Coke can collections, but I think
Mm.
they're empty usually.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
usually are.
You
I
don't
should
want
have
to-
just
have you
drank it.
seen-
It was so
You
old.
should.
I had Black Ops 3 Game Fuel, like Mountain Dew Game
Oh
Fuel.
my god! You should
When
like keep that.
BO3
It's like a
came out.
relic. You should open it,
My
rinsed
sister
it
drank
out.
one, and then I was like, well, guess I'm not kicking that
No,
anymore.
no. She better pay for that. That's going to be an expensive bowl.
Dude, I had like Titanfall ones too. You know how like they
forgot
would
about
release like
Titanfall.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black and all this shit.
Yeah.
I would go get them. And then I
swear
wondered
they're
why
still
like
doing
I
that.
had to get my molars removed.
Your dentist hates you.
Oh yeah, he does. We're good now though. I have an understanding of health a little bit, you know.
It's strange when you get to a certain age and you like kind of relearn these things that not drinking loads and having a nice sleep schedule and like taking care of your teeth is a good thing. I felt
Dude,
like
like,
I went through a lot of that during uni, and it's crazy that you feel so much better doing these things that are just basic health stuff.
Especially if your diet's good too.
My diet's awful. I used to order like every day from like second year to the end of third year.
I mean, you had a pizza before
Yeah,
this, right?
Yeah, but that was like heated up from Sainsbury's. This was not
Mhm.
delivered.
What
But
kind of pizza?
just pepperoni, stone baked. It's gorgeous.
I don't really
but
have
like
pizza much.
not good. Do you not? I always just have it as like an
I have
emergency
occasionally.
meal when I can't be asked to cook.
Dude, you know what my diet is? It's
What?
like occasional Mexican food, sometimes Chipotle, but almost
good.
every day I have eggs with a everything bagel and whole milk.
I have eggs every day as well. Four fried eggs in the morning.
I
And
have
some
4
toast.
too.
You have
And
four
then
too. It's good protein.
people call me crazy for eating that many, and it's a lot of food.
Same.
But the thing
But
is,
I've-
with like you
yeah.
can eat it because of the texture and how it's made. It's easy to just scarf it down.
Exactly. It's a great thing to like get you up in the morning. And also, I started. A few months ago, I started going to the gym like regularly after telling
Same,
myself
there we
to do
go.
that for a few months. It's like 40 to 50 grams of protein right there, straight away, and then you don't have to like scoff down more meals during the day.
I've unironically thought about doing the Insane Demon back workout.
What the fuck is that?
it was like a TikTok video.
No,
And I saw it on Twitter one time. It's literally
That's
just
way
like
too big.
it's like 4 different lat pull downs, like 4 different sets, which is fucking ridiculous, and then like pull ups.
What's this got to do with insane demons?
That's just what it was. Just like the caption on
It's
the thing.
always-
It was called "Insane Demon Back Workout."
I
What's your
mean,
gym split
if it
though?
works,
What do
it
we?
works.
Are we
Oh,
a
it,
Monday
it,
chest person, or are we like a
I'm a go when I feel like it and do what
okay?
I feel like. Like I'm not. I need to get back into like a proper routine regularly, but I've just been going like 2 times a week on like random days. But I also go bouldering with mates I live with, and that's really fun.
Have you ever rock climbed before?
Not like properly.
I'm thinking
I've
about
only been doing
like
bouldering
finding a
recently.
rock climbing gym near me and just
It,
going.
it it sounds really fun. I mean, bouldering is, and your forearms just like
Yeah, it
they get
cooks
so
them.
well active.
Yeah.
The first time I went, I like couldn't open door handles or like turn on my computer or anything after.
Wait,
It
have you
was
done calves
ridiculous.
in the gym before?
A leg day, I just can't walk after. I don't go too hard, but you feel it the next day. I've always found I can always go really hard on my arms compared to anything else, and
Is that your
maybe
genetic
that's just
strong point?
maybe I feel like I can like reach failure like a lot sooner or like more reliably. I don't know, but they've always killed more than anything the next day.
I think my
But
genetic strong point's probably my back. I
is
have
it?
like a swimmer's physique.
Mm, they do have
Like
the
I
there's
do
a
best body.
too.
picture. I'll find a picture of it while we're talking.
Really?
But this this conversation's boring. I know what everybody here came for, and that's mega hack. So we're gonna get to it. So
It's what I do.
and
You
it's what
hack.
Rob Top watches like a hawk, and then updates the game when you finish an
I
update.
he does not talk to me at all either.
Have you? Has he ever talked to you?
I used to email him back and forth like about like way back in like the Team Hacks days if there was like a vulnerability or like something like wrong I'd found. I'd just email him or something and he'd respond. And then like post like 2018, I don't think I've had any contact with him. He
Wow.
stopped replying to emails after a little bit.
All
But
right, I found a
in
picture.
his
I'll send
defense,
it.
it was like I
Being
was just
ghosted by
emailing his
Rob Paul.
personal email. Whoa, that's a back.
Deleting that. Probably should have deleted that. Someone's gonna be like, "What the fuck? What is that?"
Someone gonna do that.
Dude, I make a joke about it because the V-taper look makes it look like you have like a Black Knight shield or something like on your back.
that's
And we were
that's
making
the only
jokes
thing
about
you
it.
compare it to.
Because I showed somebody the progress and they were like, I showed a friend of mine and they were like, that's not turtle armor. That's a fucking shield. It's a backbling. That's what it is.
Amazing. I see what he means.
Anyway,
Well, you just
got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Talking about mega hack. I
Yeah.
actually have an interesting. So obviously, this is live. This is streamed, and people are going to ask questions. But
Yeah,
I
I've
want to
got the
know,
channel.
like, out of like the hundreds, maybe even thousands of questions that people ask you about mega hack, what is the one that you get asked the fucking most? Like, do you even know?
Well,
Is there like one thing that
yeah.
somebody always says?
They like through the years it's been different things. So like before it was like people are just requesting a moderator hack when that was like a thing. And then
Yeah.
but more recently it's just been asking about where Mega Hack Mobile is. And I understand. I haven't updated that since 2.1. But I just it's I couldn't develop it during like third year of uni after 2.2 came out because like there was just no time. And then by the time I graduated, QLL mod is like massive and used by I guess everyone who was using either Italian APK downloaders mod menu or mine. So I've not felt like a need to make it. And like I am experimenting with it still. And I do want to make it, but it's just not been a priority because like there's things which I like fulfill what it did already. To me, it felt like a waste of time, at least at the moment. But
What's the most
now I'm
difficult
full
thing
time.
about even making it?
It was just the user interface, really. Like with Mega Hack Mobile, like I just kind of ported over all the mods. It was just copy paste, but the interface was like built from the ground up, and then all the internals from Mega Hack Mobile were copied over to Mega Hack V8, and then the plan was to originally, release them both simultaneously with like feature parity, but obviously that didn't end up happening. It still could because it's built for that. It's just I never like put the effort in. But I've been experimenting with it, and I do want to do it. I have all the time in the world now, so I don't have an excuse.
No excuse other than just I don't want to.
And I do, especially with Geode. That thing is that it's such a beautiful tool.
Oh, it's awesome, yeah.
Like developer wise, I mean, back in 2.1, like the mods just didn't work with each other, and like developing them, you had to like do all the reverse engineering yourself, or like the development for like basically everything yourself. And now Geo just like streamlines it all for you. It simplifies it so much. I've been working on like my first non mega hack mod in a while,
What
like
is
purely off Geo. I'm not saying anything yet. It is still cooking, but it makes it's been making the process like so smooth, and I don't quite utilize Geode in Mega Hack completely because I still publish a non-Geo version for people. But like if I could just develop on Geode, I would, but I can't because
Have they thought
I
about
don't
making
really...
like a way to have people make Mega Hack extensions on Geode? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, that's been a requested thing. I am gonna add that because
Sorry, I interrupted, but
no, it's good, it's good. No, that's that needs to happen. Geode has the stuff for it. If I do come out with Mega Hack extensions again, it's gonna be only for Geode because I don't want people loading mods with not Geode. Because
are there any security vulnerabilities with doing that?
No,
like people making extensions for it? Like, is it possible for somebody to do something malicious like that, or is it like pretty well made? So it's like
they'd have to. If there is a security vulnerability, it's coming from code that you've already downloaded and executed on your computer anyway. So
okay,
they wouldn't need to like. It's not like iOS or Android where like they sandbox different apps and they can't access each other's data. On Windows, it's just a free for all.
This is going in one ear and out the other for me. But I like it. I like it. Get technical as fuck in here.
But essentially, it's something I can do. But I also need to make it so before like run info back in 2.1 that required Mega Hack to run, I believe, and so did other like Mega Hack extension mods. But like when it's on Geode, not everyone has Mega Hack, and I don't want people to be limited by that. So that's like another hurdle. But Geode has built-in stuff for that, which is beautiful as well. They're doing work over there.
I think we should do something funny. I think we should expose RobTop because you've had a pretty look at the code, right?
I have. How
jank is that shit? Is it well written, or is it just like weird?
RobTop too much shit. He is a good coder. He knows what he's doing. There's like when you're making a game like that, right? You're gonna slack somewhere. It's such a huge code base, and like when you do slack somewhere and someone finds it, it's fun to poke fun out. I did that when 2.2 released, and I've done it before. I mean, there are some like there are probably some like pretty inexcusable things, but like I think as it comes to it, especially with 2.2, it's not like awful code or anything. And
how much did the code change? Or sorry, continue. I'll ask you in a second.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say like all the optimizations he's made as well. That he's done all that. He's like changed he's like revamped the physics in this way with mostly little breaks. Like things work very similar to how they did anyway. And I think that's pretty impressive.
How much improve? How much did the game internally improve when he changed the architecture, like with the 64-bit update and stuff like that? Did it clean it up even more?
Oh no, that's made modding kind of harder. Not
Well,
because like changing to 64-bit inherently doesn't do much. But he also like bumped up how much the compiler optimizes the code. So the compiler is like what converts your like your programmed code into something a computer uses that can run. But it's like flattened out the code in a way that means you can't hook individual functions. They're inlined, and that means you have to rewrite stuff, hook it, do like inline hooking multiple places. Like if you're developing mods, you know what this means. But it's kind of like it's made it a bit of like a headache sometimes. Like you can have 64-bit without this headache, and I think RobTop has talked about like scaling it back a bit. Because I don't know how much it improves the performance, but it is a bit annoying. But 64-bit as a whole has probably, without all that, it would make modding a lot easier, because you have these things called calling conventions, which are how internally functions are called for like from one function to another. And with Microsoft stuff on 64-bit, there's one calling convention that's used everywhere instead of like 5 that are on 32-bit, and they were like optimized to hell, and that was a massive headache before. So like there's pros and cons, but it is. I feel like I prefer it now. And
Have
you
there
have
been
more
any
to
like huge caveats with implementing mods in the past or now? Has there been like any huge forks in the road where you're like, dude, what the fuck is this?
I think so, and it's all mostly to do with optimizations. There was one thing with I think it was trajectory, where there was some optimization the compiler made that like broke something down the road, and then Geo didn't account for it at the time, and so I had to like I could only get it to work on the vanilla versions for it, and it was just a whole headache. I think there hasn't been many other like major like blocks in the road. The one thing that was when I was making like Mega Hack as an overlay for the first time, getting just things to show up on the screen like in front of the game, I was like experimented with that for weeks, and I went through like 3 iterations of a UI engine just to land on the final one I released.
Does the full screen does the non-borderless full screen like prioritize it over everything else on your window?
It should. I'm pretty sure it should. It just basically, it's still just a normal Windows window. It just like removes the border all screen like that. No, it's nothing like super fancy. And
I bet getting
like,
that on top of something that forces itself at the top is fucking difficult. Like you said, it took weeks.
Like the overlay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was because it was just more about like rendering things, and I back then I didn't know like anything about like rendering code. Like the game engine Coco's 2D uses OpenGL to render to the screen, and I did not know anything about OpenGL when I wrote that UI engine, and it's been the same code essentially ever since, and it is quite bad, but it works. So it's
I have an
it's
interesting
not,
question. Speaking of like old code,
yeah.
Is there anything in like the newest version of Mega Hack? Like, what's the oldest code there?
I'd say it has to be the whole UI engine. That's the oldest code. Before that, it would have been before everything was read through these JSON files, where you had like that's where all the hacks were essentially. That was completely revamped into something else. So it has to be that. That hasn't changed since like 2019, or hasn't changed much. A lot of that's still the same.
By the way, Kugel's mic wasn't working for like 15 minutes or something, but he fixed it.
Yeah. I don't know, it just stopped working and I had to like rejoin the call.
I was wondering where you were.
Yeah, Discord does that shit all the time and I don't understand it. It started happening like the past few months and I don't even know like what's causing it. It's really annoying.
Definitely not your internet, is it?
No, it's not my internet. If it's anything on my end, it would be something related to my headphones. But I don't think it is.
You don't know. I had a thing where Discord would cut out, or all the internet on my computer would cut out whenever I turned on my electric heater because I have one of those like
What?
Wi-Fi extenders that go through the wires in your walls.
Oh, was it like
And
overloading the voltage and turning it off?
I think it was like it was only when I had it on 750 watts. When it was like on 1250 or 2000, it'd be fine. But something about 750 must be like, I don't know, resonating with the internet in the
Cosmic
wires or
ray.
something.
I have no other explanation for that shit. Google, you want to ask something? Dude, I'm so
I
sorry.
don't really have anything to ask right now.
I'm looking at the chat. Someone said, "Does RopTop hate you?" I don't think so.
Maybe he envies you.
He's been taking some of my mods.
Do you feel like you don't get enough credit for the hitboxes? Because I remember you made a tweet. I'm sure you were kidding a little bit, but you were like, "Where's my fucking paycheck?"
Yeah, I was joking. It was just like it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It was that. It was practice music sync. It was hide completion screen. There's probably other things, but like I am also I make a living off of his game, so I don't really expect anything from him.
Yeah. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't
make a pretty damn good living. I feel like if money ever gets tight, you can just be like, well, Mega Hack is now $8, $10.
Yeah, I've only raised the price once in the 4 years it's existed like this. So maybe it's overdue one, but nah, I don't think I will.
I'd feel weird talking about money, and that's like kind of personal. I'm willing to bet with you.
I'm okay with talking about money. I just won't answer. The one question I won't answer is like like direct figures. But
would you give estimates?
I'm fine with it.
How many millions of dollars have you made?
How many millions? Millions. No, I wish I could retire right now just off of this, but it's not quite that level yet.
All right, I'm gonna guess. So it's been out for a long time, couple years.
Yeah.
Do you know how many like copies have sold? Not to incriminate you, to make like someone do the math and know how much you've made, but like, do you think you could give an estimate?
Let me look at the number. I think I
don't know how you would check.
I just
because I always think it's like 30,000 or something, or like 12,000, 15,000. Oh, 40,000.
That's actually because that's not. I forget. I used to sell things on PayPal as well, so it's a lot of things. But I'm just gonna say more and leave it at that.
It's over 30,000 copies, and it's $4 a piece.
$5.
$5 a piece
now. Since July 2022.
Jesus Christ, dude! Oh my god!
All these things.
Some of that better be going in like a fucking retirement fund.
Oh yeah, I started a pension on this thing. I got myself a financial advisor. I've got like investment accounts. Yeah, I'm glad. I needed that, and I'd like, if that money just goes up, I'll have like plenty to retire on.
I'm glad you're humble and you're not like, yeah, I made the fucking Mega Hack.
I'm not posing with like Mercedes on Twitter.
with like a watch on your wrist.
God no! I did buy myself a watch with a nice mechanical watch with the money I got, but nothing crazy like a Rolex.
Do you know what Psycho is? The
Psycho,
watch brand?
No. Seiko.
Psycho, yeah.
Yeah. They're nice. I used to have one of them.
My dad gave me a Psycho something. It's called like something black, and it's like a diver's watch. It's really nice. And,
they do look nice.
I get, dude. Sometimes I feel like a yuppie when I'm wearing it, and like I think I scratch it, and I'm like fuck, and then I look at it to make sure like the mineral glass
and it's like fine.
And then it makes me feel like this is a really good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah,
looking at mineral glass and like a reflecting light, being like, I swear to God, if it got scratched.
Just making sure there's not one little. I'm looking at mine now. There's not a dent on it, and I've had it 2 years. I have a Rado though. They're a Swiss brand that do like watches in like special materials.
Dude, I could very easily see why watches are like an addicting, collectible.
Same, but
Just have a
I've
bunch
only
of
bought
them
the
and
one.
like what are they, like the things with foam in them that hold them
Oh, the
very
little the
nicely.
cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like they come in such nice boxes as well. Like yeah, I've not thrown away my box either.
I wish I had
'Cause
the
it's
box
just
to mine
beautiful. You
because
threw
it
it
was like a
away.
hand me down. I didn't wear it for a long time,
Oh,
but then
yeah.
I remember going to my parents' house because it was like, I think it was like on my dresser over there, and I just looked
Hmm.
at it and I was like, I'm gonna wear that. Fuck it. So I started wearing. I mean,
It's
I think
mine
it
now.
looks pretty good on me.
Oh, I'm
I'll
sure it
find a
does. They
picture.
do look nice. I like wearing mine, except like on nights out because I had a mate back in my hometown in Birmingham who got his I think it was his grandma gave him a watch, and some guy just essentially when he was too drunk was like shaking his hand and stuff and just slipped the watch straight off his wrist.
Jesus.
I know, and because it's like a hand me down, you can't replace that, and it was so sad. So it stays firmly at home when I'm on the piss.
One person in my family has a Rolex and they wear it every day, but it's like it's a really tiny one and it's old.
Mm.
Like it looks
Uh,
nice, but it's like really
Yeah,
thin and
yeah.
old
Is it
and
like kind of
small.
classy? Because I've
Yeah,
seen
kind
like
of. It's
sometimes they
yeah.
look like kind of not trashy, but like they're not my favorite style of watches. They sometimes look a bit bulky. I love like a nice sleek watch.
Dude, I like the favorite. Okay, not to talk about watches for an hour, but my favorite thing about the one that I have is that it glows in the dark as well.
Oh, that's sick. Mine doesn't. Actually I don't think it'd work with mine.
Should I put it
But
on the screen?
yeah.
Is it like one of those really old watches that were radioactive?
Oh, you mean with Radeon?
Yeah,
Radium?
radium, radium,
Radium,
yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
radium
it is.
watch.
It is. No,
Wait,
I
how
don't
am
know.
I? Where do I see it? There's chat in there.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't
In
the radium that was glowing. It was something else, but it was
Why is this such a big
reacting from the
image?
radiation from the radium.
Yeah, that's the
Oh my.
Psycho watch. Pretty nice, I guess, you know?
Oh my god. That's a chunky watch.
I like it. I mean, I might change out like the wristband on it, like the watch band.
Yeah.
I don't know watch terminology. Someone's
Strap.
probably listening to this, like smoking a Cuban cigar right now, being like, "What this guy doesn't fucking know what he's talking about."
He doesn't deserve to
I
own a
only have
watch.
one watch. Leave me alone. But yeah, it's a nice watch.
It looks nice.
You know,
Dude,
absolute. I'm basically British.
But what do you mean basically British?
Well, it's because my entire schooling was in a British school. Somehow I
Oh, was
never picked up a British accent, but I did do
it?
GCSEs. I did go in sixth form. I did A levels,
Oh,
and I
nice.
even
Where in Britain?
well, no, it wasn't in the UK. It was like I just went to a British school.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it like an old British territory or something?
No, it was a private school. Like it was because I was
Right.
living in Dubai, and they had and
casual
that's just the
flex.
school I went. Yeah.
No.
No, but yeah, so and I even applied to the UK, and I got into like literally everything I applied to,
Well,
but I ended up
I'm
going to
curious.
Canada.
Which unis in was it unis you applied to in the UK?
Yeah, I have to. Okay, this was like 4 years ago, so I don't remember all of them. I remember. Okay, I remember I got into Imperial, which is like
Oh
my
my god,
best one.
my dad went
Um,
there. It's mental.
yeah.
Mm.
I have a few friends who go there as well.
Mm.
And what's it called? I got accepted to Edinburgh, I think Queens or Kings, and then there were like a couple others, but I don't exactly remember them. I think Birmingham was one of the ones I got accepted
Why
to.
would you ever travel from Dubai to Birmingham? I'm sorry, that's not.
Yeah, there's no Burj Khalifa there.
No. I mean, Birmingham. I've lived in Birmingham my whole life. It's an alright city, but I'd never move away from like a. I don't know. I'd go
Do you
somewhere
travel
else in the
much?
UK. No, I need two more. I'm booking a holiday with a few mates, for the summer, like a trip around like Southeast Asia,
Oh,
and I'm looking
dope,
forward to
dude.
that. And I had two holidays abroad this summer, one in Corfu and one in Portugal, and that was also really nice. But
Nice,
I've not
nice.
I'm not usually the traveling type, and I feel like I should travel more. I've never been outside of Europe. I need to.
If you had to come to the West, where would you go?
I do want to go to America, New York or like California. I think they're on my bucket list.
Oh, I actually found an Excel sheet with like the ones I applied to. Okay, so it was Imperial, Warwick, Southampton, Manchester, and Edinburgh. It was
Nice.
not Birmingham.
I applied to Manchester as well. I didn't quite get the grades.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I did pretty well, but I feel like it's partly because of the predicted grades I had and COVID giving me those predicted grades, because I ended up with like 2 A stars and 2 A's because of it.
I
Even though
remember
I don't know if I was gonna actually get that.
it was really like a toss up here. Like it was like it felt like how like lenient it depended on like how lenient your school was with the grades. Like that decided how well you were going to do, because I know some people who got way above and some people got way below, and I slacked off during the end of sixth form because I was playing too much COD, but I was on target to get in, but I didn't quite get the grades. But I definitely Modern Warfare 2019. I spent 3 months getting Damascus instead of doing my work.
It's just like every month you're like, all right, how many copies sold? Yeah, we're good. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. What was that? It was like early 2021. That was the Big Act V6. It was doing fine back then. I was working on it.
Do you still have 8,000 Discord friends?
No, I don't. Did
you have to remove a bunch of them?
No, so they started it's only 7,000 now. They patched the glitch that allowed people to add me, and then it's just been going down ever since. But it just means like I just can't add anyone.
Nobody add you at all anymore? Like
no one can add me and I can't add anyone, and I'm not removing 6,000 people just to get that privilege. I can't be honest.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I only know one other person who did that, but like they weren't even removing friends because you have to click like 3 buttons for one. It would take like a week.
Hold on, let me just remove some random guy. Move. God, yeah, that's not happening. It's not worth it. But luckily, like people seem to remove you, so I think I've gone down like 600 friends in a year.
That's a lot.
That is. People must hate me.
People just I've never understood that. I understand cleaning your stuff out, but sometimes I just don't get it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I feel like I'm a bit of a hoarder sometimes, and a bit of a digital hoarder, but like, it's too much effort sometimes. I'm not going through all that.
I only know like one other person who has over 1,000 friends on Discord. It's like you and Britank.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, it was just like I wanted to reply to everyone, and then you need to add people half the time, because sometimes I'll get message requests because people have like been in a server, so they've been able to message me, and then left that server after they've messaged me, so I can't even respond to them now. And it's kind of like if I could pay for it, I would pay to have 10,000 friends or something, but Discord won't even take my money for that.
I don't know why they don't capitalize on that kind of shit. Do people ever email you or DM you on Twitter or anything?
I respond to Discord the most. I used to respond to emails and Twitter a lot more frequently, but I just need to get back.
Do you have any hilarious emails that have stuck over the years? Just classics.
I tweeted about one of them. It was.
Oh yeah, you want me to? Get a lot. I have that in the list.
Is that the Pepsi one?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's so many people that they'll stop playing and they'll message me and be like, "I don't play geometrydash anymore. Can I have a refund?" No, you've got 1 year of use out of this tool at least. You got your money's worth.
You fine if I read the email?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read this. This is hilarious. It's probably annoying, but funny.
It was so funny.
Let's read this. The reason is really simple. I'm just tired of the game in every sense. This is the end of my journey. I decided to just return my $4 for the sake of Pepsi. Thanks for understanding, dude. Entire card number.
The amount of people that will put their whole people will send pictures of their physical cards.
Thank
as well.
God you're not a dickhead. Like imagine
I know.
if like a switch flipped one day and you just start like collecting credit cards.
That is easy fraud right there. But
That is
I
the
don't know.
easiest
I
way
don't
to
know.
get thrown in jail.
That is. Also, $4 for a Pepsi. I don't know where they're getting their Pepsi from, but that seems ridiculous.
Wait, so this guy had it for he had it for a year.
I mean, most people like I have like change of mind refunds that I like allow after like within like 2 weeks or like give or take. But if it's past like 3 months, usually I don't allow it because people
Has anyone
get
ever
like their
gotten
money.
like super angry over email that you won't refund them?
If they have, I've just not responded. Like, because I don't have anyone to like talk to. This is my job. This is my company. Like, if you're gonna be a dickhead to me, I'm just not gonna talk to you. It's kind of nice that there's no repercussions or anything there.
Has anyone
People
tried to
will
like
try
scam
that
you for mega hack copies?
No.
Has anyone tried to be
People-
like
I used to accept Fortnite skins as payment.
Oh my god.
If someone can't pay me because they don't have a card, I'd rather take their V-Bucks than take nothing at all.
oh my god, that's hilarious. What the fuck?
I've-
I accept
I've-
Bitcoin, PayPal, Steam cards, Fortnite skin.
and COD points. I accepted
What's
them for
the
a while.
weirdest thing you've accepted as payment?
I think it's just those two. I don't think I accepted anything else. Maybe one time it was like a Steam gift, but I didn't want to get into the habit of doing that because I'm not spending my Steam money on anything. But
Just send me a Steam card for my CS knife.
and there was one Fortnite pickaxe as well.
Do you have a knife in your CS inventory named like Mega Hack?
I don't even play CS:GO. I played it once with Zimnior. I don't know if you remember him, but I was so bad, and there was some of his Polish friends in the all at the same time, and they just started chatting shit about me in Polish, and I didn't know what was going on.
Were you playing competitive?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about that game when I was playing it, and I played it like once since. I played some of the like the knife surfing when that was a thing.
I'm
But,
fucking horrible at surfing.
I think I was when I did, but that was years ago. I felt so old, man. I'm like 21, still doing this stuff, and like everyone else is like 13 to like 18. I don't know how I got so old.
Wait, how old are you?
I 21.
21.
I'm 22.
Okay. We're
Oh my
1
god,
year
you're
older.
ancient.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm older than you. It feels like you would be older than me.
I remember being that kid that like made all the geometrydash mods, and he was like, oh, I was like 15. I was like, you're so young, how's doing all this, and now it's no longer impressive because I'm just like 21 now.
It's funny because
It's still
when
impressive.
I first got into the GD community, I felt like I was on the younger end. Like everyone around me was way older, and now it feels like I'm way older than like 90%.
Do you feel wiser
players,
or just older, or both?
To
have experienced so much.
I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like wiser than most people, but I also kind of stay out the community. I'm very out of the loop when it comes to most things going on, and I kind of like that. I don't get
to
involved
pop
in
back
drama
in and just be like, oh, by the way, I added this. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. I stopped playing and doing stuff, and I remember like all these new levels on the demon list coming out and not knowing like where they fit in and just feeling so out of touch. Like after quitting for a year, it's just like there's so much happens in this game. It's hard to keep up with it all. So I do try.
Dude, you know what I can remember? I wonder if that was you. I remember back in like 2015. I remember it might not have been you, but somebody like made like an account hacker which wasn't real. And I remember since I was like 12 or something, I was trying so hard to download it.
Was this the one that when you clicked login it would rickroll you?
Oh no,
'Cause
it was
that
the
was me.
login bypass because I thought it would
Yeah, that-
work because I was like
That was
13.
me. I remember figuring out that I could make it do that, and I was like just so blown away.
This is a free video.
It was. I think it was like one of the only April Fool's things I've done. It
Are
was
there any,
that and
like-
artificial intelligence beat Sonic Wave, and that's about it.
Are there any like hacks that just can't work anymore that you're sad about?
Ooh.
That's a
Well,
weird question.
That's interesting. That's making me think. That is. I feel like most hacks you can get to work. One that comes to mind though is the image to editor kind of thing.
I
'Cause
was gonna ask you
remember
about that because it got like the
when-
original got taken down, and I just wanted to hear from you why.
there was people were just posting porn in the game, like, and I felt like a responsibility. I didn't want like the game to face problems with the App Store or Google Play because of me.
Yeah.
So I just decided, like, for the better of the community, let's take that down. But so then when I re-released it, I put a NSFW filter onto it, and I thought we were all good. But that only worked with human NSFW pictures.
Oh,
so it was
Jesus
like
Christ.
struck porn everywhere instead. Like that's what was getting. So I think I took that down as well. So I'm never dabbling in that side of modding again.
Dude, back then when it got shut down, I literally was hearing rumors that like Rob Top made you shut it down and stuff like that. It's like,
Oh
dude.
no, he hasn't. He did. I didn't hear a peep from him. But I'm sure
Has he ever like confronted you about something like that, being like, bro?
No, I don't.
That's so
honestly,
weird that
I feel
like
like
he just doesn't even
know.
talk to you about anything.
I remember when I released V6, Viprin DM'd me the day of release, and I saw that like notification on Discord, and I was like, "Am I in trouble or something?" But no, he was just like requested a feature or something, and he said it was cool. I was like, "Oh," but no, he's never had a problem with it explicitly, but he has said things that have made me think maybe he doesn't like it, like him not liking closed source mods. Which makes sense.
I mean, I guess by all technicality, you are technically making cheats, but like a lot of it's like quality of life.
Like I try to like only do quality of life stuff right now, but then I throw in cheats like instant complete because if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it. So why would I push people away like that?
Is there a reason that this is just like a specific question? Is there a reason that so I remember before 2.2 came out, it was like V7 or something. Obviously it had the bot, right? You know, your bot that you made, and it had the internal renderer, but as far as I can understand, V8 doesn't have the renderer in it. Is there a reason for that, or you just haven't done it yet?
Yeah, I've been working on it. Well, there's a lot of complications with it, so the whole rendering aspect of it is harder than it looks. Like it was quite jank when it first came out, and also when you do internal like showcase rendering with a mod, you've got to like re-render the game at a higher resolution, and then also like sync the audio, and that's fine when it's just like levels with one song and maybe a fade out at the end. But now if I've got to get it to work, I've got to account for like the slowdowns and the effects and the multiple channels of audio. And I'm sure I can do it, but I just can't bring myself to. It seems so draining. And then there's also been problems with getting the renderer to work in a way that's just like nice and not slow, because you had that pre-post processing that happened at the end of like recording last time. It was a thing, and I don't want that again. And there's so much to it. I am going to bring it back. It's just not. I mean, it's not the most priority thing. Like, it's not the biggest priority right now.
Somebody's probably going to listen to this in like 3 months while rendering something, as you're talking about how it's like not
I hope
thing
it's
right
out
now.
I don't have anything else to do.
There's a similar tool, like it's a geode mod. It's called XDbot.
XDbot, yeah,
and it has a renderer, but like I'm guessing it's something with me because I can't render in like 4K or anything, because every time I do it, the render breaks, and like it's in 4K resolution, but the background would be like a frame of the level, and then in like the bottom left corner will be like the 1920 1080 rendered video.
Oh,
and it's weird. And I'm guessing it's because
I know what that is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, This came up here. We've got like a little alpha testing server, and it came up that whenever there's a shader in a level, if you try and upscale the rendering or whatever in the classic way, or record it upscaled in the classic way, shaders don't aren't properly accounted for. So instead, you have like just the mini 1080p version in the corner, and just
Interesting.
and
You know
then
what I
a
thought
bigger
it
version
was?
without the shader. What happened with that one?
I naturally thought it was something with me because I have like a 1080p monitor, and so I thought it was like some weird compatibility issue where it was like,
Oh
since
no,
I
it shouldn't
don't
be
have a
that.
4K resolution, like it can't, which doesn't make sense.
No, it's not
But
that,
yeah,
because
that makes way more
it
sense.
happens on a frame buffer that's like not even, you don't see it. It's all in memory, so it's fine.
Doesn't XDBot
One
have like a thing to disable shaders or something, or like this has a shader to like
maybe
account for
I've
that?
never downloaded it, to be honest, but it
I'm
will
so
make
glad
sense.
you knew exactly what the issue was.
No, it's just because I've faced it recently. Wait, hold on. I had a thought and it's not coming to me. Oh, another thing with the renderer is most people use this thing called FFmpeg, which is like this
Yeah. I
free
used
open
it for
source thing.
MegaHack back in the day.
It's great and all, but it's licensed under GPL mostly, which is like as a way of licensing your software, but it's like infectious. So if you ship code, if you write a bit of code and you include like someone else's tool that is licensed in with this thing called GPL, you need to then adhere to all the GPL terms, which include like open sourcing your software and like dynamic linking everything, and it's a whole ordeal. And as a closed source mod, I don't want to open source my code because I want people to pay for it. It's how I make a living. So that's why I had that weird thing where you needed to like click a link and then download it and manually put it in just to get around that. And so I've moved to Microsoft's encoder, which is great. It works beautifully, except it doesn't exist on like half the Windows installations in the EU because they use Windows N, which is just something that exists because of antitrust laws or whatever. There was some lawsuit, and Microsoft had to ship this version of Windows that didn't have certain components to oblige these EU laws. So, like, if I include that in an auto update, Mega Hack will stop working for everyone on that version of Windows. So I can't do that either. So it's like, it's just there's so many caveats. It's such a headache, and that's kind of why there's no renderer right now.
Makes sense to
But
me.
I will get around to it. I also got myself a laptop recently to work on it wherever
To
I am.
code in
So.
bed.
It's so nice.
Have you ever coded on mobile before?
God, I got a Python app to do some stuff. I don't know why. Nothing ever productive though.
Is that what MegaHack is written in?
No, it's written in C++ because
Okay.
geometrydash is as well.
I'm very like programming illiterate, so
it's essentially it's just
yeah, I know
if
what
you're
it
writing
is.
a
I'm
modular
just
game, you just want the languages to be the same because it makes it easier. Essentially, people write mods in Rust, but that just looks like a headache.
You know what's all right? So I want to see if you can tell me what's wrong with my game because this is a good timing. I have the weirdest problem with my game right now, and I'm going to explain it to you. And I've looked it up, and it's a pretty niche issue. I've only seen a handful of other people have this issue, and it's on like Steam FAQs, and nobody ever responds to them. So I'm guessing this is something with the game or MegaHack or something, but I don't know why it'd be MegaHack. I'll tell you. So recently, like literally 2 days, no, yesterday actually, I tried to play GD with a controller and everything worked fine, right? Like all the buttons work, you know. But then when I go into a level, it doesn't matter what level it is, it only recognizes the jump button on the first frame of the level. And if it recognizes that the button gets pressed, it'll just hold the button down forever. And then if you pause and unpause,
Sorry, have you got click between frames?
I turned that off.
Oh,
I don't understand. I mean, maybe it's CBF. Maybe I'll feel like a big old dumbass, but
I did add controller support to Mega Hack, but
Let's see. Let's see if
Maybe that's-
it's just me.
maybe
Let me
it's
open the
Mega
game and
Hack.
see.
it might be. I haven't had any. I haven't been. It's if it is an issue with me, it's not something I'm aware of. I'll tell you that.
All right, I'm gonna turn off CBF and I'm gonna try it. And if it still doesn't work, it's gonna be
Also,
so weird.
if you have any similar mods like click on steps or
No,
I think that's
CBF
it.
is the only like one that changes that. You're gonna hear the menu loop on the podcast. Sorry if you're listening, and you don't want to hear weird music. All right. Let's see.
Sorry, I got a cough.
Dude, I have a cold. My mom gave me a cold. It's not that
My
bad.
whole
though.
house had a cold, and now they recovered weeks ago. And
Holy
now I've just
fuck! Turning off
Is
CBF
it what?
fixed it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there a reason that happens?
it's just not built for it. I think they, it's only built for mouse input.
Oh,
I did a
weird.
poll, like just before 2.2 came out,
That's
and it was
surprising
like
to me.
3% people on controller. So I'm not surprised it's not been addressed.
They just don't care. Yeah, I get it.
I would not be surprised.
Fuck them, dude.
I didn't add controller support to the Mega Hack until V8.
I wonder if there'd be an easy way to get around that, like changing it externally, like making it so that if you press A, it recognizes it as like an up arrow or something.
Maybe
that
you
fix
might
that?
just if you can somehow rebind it to like a keyboard input, that should work. It's just because controller inputs and keyboard and mouse inputs just use a completely separate API internally.
Oh, weird. I don't know why that's so strange to me.
It makes sense. It's just it's probably
Because I was a controller player for years, you know.
Have you moved over to like one of those soy devices? What are they called? Sayos?
Soy device. Yeah.
Soy device.
I have one. There's one on my desk. I
I bought one as well. I never used it though. Where
what
is it?
color?
It was white, and whenever I plug it in, there's like a little 9 cap at the top.
I change the picture all the time on it. Right now it's weird. So I'm not going to show it on the podcast, but
By weird, what do you mean?
Just strange. It's nothing bad.
Something you're ashamed of.
No, I just like having a private personality. All right, let me show you. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say stuff like that to make it sound more incriminating on purpose.
It's just like a picture of your cat or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
A picture of your credit card.
It would fit on the thing. All right, so you know what you should do? Next time somebody sends you a full picture of a credit card, put it as the picture on the Sayo device.
It is your profile picture.
I think that's a GDPR violation right there.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about them. Yeah, you don't want to get
It's
fined
ridiculous.
by them.
No, all these laws that we have to abide to is ridiculous.
How much easier would it be to work around that over where we live in the West? Like with Mega Hack and stuff?
I don't know. It's just like a whole ordeal because I've got to like not only deal with like UK tax people because the business is UK. I've got to deal with like US and EU and like a whole loads of other countries, and it's just a headache. I've paid people to deal with it for me. But
Do you have like a stack of cash laying around? They can't tax this.
No, because I can't get paid in cash. People have offered to pay me in cash though, like mail me like
Just
a
email someone back.
$5
Yeah, just
note.
send me a blank check.
Yeah, I'd take that. But sadly, I don't accept physical cash.
Have you ever thought about? I just want to get back to like the success you've had, not to like inflate your ego or anything. Have you ever thought about being materialistic or anything? Just have you tried it?
Being that's
because it's like doors just open, you know.
It is, yeah. I've decided to be moderately sensible with my money. I did spend too much on delivered food.
I mean,
I
also
spent about I think it's £5,000 or £6,000 on my PC, but that's a business expense.
Yeah, that's a write-off.
I do also get the latest iPhone every year because I decided to join the upgrade program, and that's quite nice. But apart from that, I don't think I'm.
How often do you like go out to eat?
Not that often, actually. Like every few weeks, I'd imagine. Every time I'm hungover, I order in, and that's about it these days.
Dude, if they had
Oh,
Chipotle over there, they probably do. But if they had Chipotle
they
over
probably
there,
do now.
it'd be
They
a
have
problem.
they have Popeyes and Hooters now. I didn't think we'd ever get things like that
They
over
have
here.
Hooters over there? What the
The
fuck?
first Hooters opened in the town I live in right now, and
What?
in the UK, I mean, and like I've never been, but it's there.
I've been. I mean, it's it's good food, just surrounded by boobs.
So were you there for
I
the
don't know what
food or
they
the
do over
booze?
there. I don't know if it's like I don't know if you're surrounded by men or anything, but
I probably. My girlfriend went with her housemates I think no 2 years ago, and it was just like them and a bunch of old men, and then the
what?
waitresses. I know.
What?
No, they
You're
weren't with the
kidding.
old men. It was just
Oh, I
old
was
men
about
in
to
the
say like
restaurant.
there's
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. No. I
Does that say they're
no,
old
no.
men and not like attractive women? What? Are you sure
No,
the Hooters?
old
Are you
men
sure
in
it
the
was
restaurant.
spelled
No.
right?
Right. I need to get my words out correctly. Oh, I remember. Back to the materialistic question. I've
Hmm.
bought 5 final mouse mice.
I
That's
thought
a
about doing that like
sentence.
years ago. Which ones?
I got what is it? What was the first one I got? It was the Starlight 12 Phantom. That's my favorite by far. And then I got that in medium originally, and then I thought I wanted to try the small size, so I got a small version in blue, and then I got the Starlight Pro, the one the 10Z mouse. That was also quite nice. And then they came out with the new, was it the Ultralight X? I've got 2 of them.
Last time I was
It-
in the loop, there was like the Air 58.
oh, that's
That was a long
old.
time ago. That's like
That's a long time.
2019 or something.
Yeah, I only really knew about them when I got into it, like when the Starlight 12 came out. So that was like
How much do they
2020.
weigh now? Are they less than like 58 grams?
Oh yeah, this one's like they go as low as like 31. I think the
Holy
ones I've got are
shit.
34.
That is like
Yeah, I know.
that's fucking. And you
I
don't
mean,
really play anything competitively. You just like the feel.
I play Fortnite and COD.
Okay, Fortnite that
That's
makes
about it.
sense.
Yeah, but not competitively. I just play like I
Just get
just
into
play
like
like
a what is it? What do they even call it? Get into like a creative world and just see
yeah.
how
I
hard
play
you
a
can
lot of
crank 90s while stimmed on G Fuel.
I play a lot of Tilted Zone Wars with my mate back from home, and honestly, we could just play that for hours. I used to play Playground when that was a thing
Dude,
for
I
like the
did too.
whole four
Playground Phil
hour
was so
timer.
fun.
I'm so pissed they removed that. It's just not the
I don't know
same.
why they removed it.
I know. I would play that for 4 hours just 1v1ing the same guy, and we go around the whole map.
Dude, we would
Oh,
troll
those are the times.
noobs so much because
Oh, you were in public
like
matches
yeah,
with
I mean we
the
did
yeah.
both, but public was really fun because people were so bad
It was
back in
so bad. It was.
2018, and we would just troll noobs because they would all go to Tilted Towers. Literally everybody would,
I'm not surprised.
and
No, I only started
we would
playing
just troll
in
them.
season 9, so I don't think there was Tilted Towers when I joined,
Season 9.
but
That was like
season 9.
season 10 was Max. I don't remember what season
Yeah,
9 was.
season 9 was the like the airships and the what was it, the zip streams all
Well,
across the map.
whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know what Fortnite is anymore.
I
It's
still
so
play
far gone from the Fortnite that I remember playing.
it. You feel like an old man now, I'm sure.
You want to know
It's
my opinion? I feel like I don't think it's necessarily like a bad thing, but I feel like Fortnite is just a giant ad.
what, just for like everything, every
Everything. It's
like
literally just like
brand in it and
it's just
everything.
like a giant ad. Like that's the whole game to me.
I
Like
feel like there
when I
should be
look at
like
it, I'm like,
geometry dash in
why
it.
is everything in this game?
It's insane. We can play like chess and shit in it, and I just who are
They really
these
are like
people making these
dominating.
maps? Also,
Still.
the people making those creative maps some of them are making millions. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Some of
Fucking
them make so much money.
sometimes I know I feel quite privileged to be in the place I am with Geometry Dash mods and making a living off that. But sometimes I think, God, if I just had like one good Fortnite map, I could be retired right now. That's crazy.
As
It
long
was
as you
the
still have
remember.
ambition, it'd be nice.
Oh yeah, I do have ambition still.
Oh, by the way, if you want to read chat messages, feel free. People
Oh,
people will ask interesting stuff.
let me see.
We will get to
When
phone in. By
is-
the way, we will get to phone ins in like near the end. So
Mm.
maybe like an hour or so.
That's fair. I'm just looking at chat. When is show trajectory coming back? Orb trajectory in the editor. I think that's show trajectory. That's something I'll get to. So there's other. The way I've been making mods recently is just like I go through my DMs and I see what most people are asking for. So at the moment, I think it's like no orb rings. I know. So that's
Oh,
the
no
priority.
orb rings. Yeah, that's a good one.
I've got a list. I also need to change no particles so it doesn't affect particle triggers in levels, and that should make lists happy.
Dude, recently I was trying to find hide attempts in the mega hack because I was
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
showcase
I-
something, and then I was like, oh, it's in the game.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a few mods that will just trigger the in-game setting, like lock cursor or practice music sync.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
maybe I could add that. It's like a nice. I'm sure it's nice having it in Mega Hack. It's just a little shortcut though.
Are there any mods that like you want to implement so bad but like can't?
I want to do show trajectory again, and I can do it. It's just it's a lot of work right now, and there are just other things that are prioritized. And
Hope you guys
I've
can hear
always
my controller.
like a proper. Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm playing
Yeah, I
G-
can hear
There's
Hope you don't hear that.
also I've also wanted to like create like just like an AI bot that beats levels and stuff. And
Yeah,
You
I
know,
was gonna ask about
I
that.
was
That's a
thinking
cool
of the
idea.
same idea. Like it
Like-
can just read levels by itself.
and like it would be very possible to do, and I'm sure people have like done similar things, but I don't know, I've never done it, and I just think it's like maybe I'm just not as interested in like artificial intelligence and like machine learning
Don't
as other
people
people.
say it'll take like forever to bot like Bloodbath? Is that bullshit or no?
I think that's bullshit.
It is
Ask
bullshit.
Camilla. She's developing a physics simulator right now. You can check Twitter. I don't know if I can find a link, but
I'll take a look.
that's the closest thing to that right now, and it is very good for what it is. Though, from what I know, everything is like being re-implemented, so it only works for like 1.9 levels and stuff at the moment. But it can do like things like ICDX like quickly with its pathfinder.
Oh my god,
interesting.
Google.
What's
I'm
happening?
listening. Google just sent me something.
Uh,
We were just Google.
Yeah.
You should bring this up
Okay, well,
because this timing
I'm-
is so insane.
it is pretty funny. So there was okay. You know, we were talking earlier about the image to GD tool and how people were using it for NSFW.
yeah.
Yeah, in some group chat I'm in, somebody posted like this tweet of an NSFW artist who doesn't even know about GD, seeing that somebody posted their art onto the game, and then they're like, "Damn, this is crazy! People can just trace my shit into another game without my knowledge, huh?" And they just posted like,
And they
images.
can't do anything about it. What are they gonna? How are they
Yeah.
gonna take it down?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it, but it's just
Yeah.
funny. Like I saw this as soon as we were talking about the subject.
Is
But yeah,
what was Noble Boy's level that was like DMCA'd out of the game?
God Eater.
God Eater. Well,
Yeah.
it was renamed to God Eater, but the real one that was DMCA
Wasn't it God Eater originally, or it's Astral
Yeah,
Divinity?
yeah, it's
isn't it?
Astral Divinity.
Astral
now.
Divinity, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
is that
yeah,
the
God Eater
only
was the
level
old name, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
If I
pretty sure
remember
that is
right, it
the
got
only,
DMCA'd for like stolen art. Not stolen art, but yeah, something
like
like that.
traced or something, like too similar.
Yeah,
The most
something like that.
egregious
not
one
sure.
was definitely like Woodkid though.
Oh yeah,
That level, I've never seen more of a failure like with a really hyped up beginning ever. There's
Yeah.
no level that could probably replicate that. Remember how fucking amazing everyone thought it was when it came out? It was like,
Well,
oh, this is gonna be
I feel
good.
like I was in the minority that thought like even before I knew that the art was traced or whatever, I just didn't like it. I thought the gameplay looked ass, and I thought the block design was ass. I was like, oh, the backgrounds are cool, but the block designs and the structuring kind of ruins the level because it just looks ugly and it doesn't work. And then it came out that all the backgrounds were just traced anyway. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was
Who
thinking,
made
like,
that
if
level
it was
again?
just the backgrounds, it would look really nice, right? If you just removed all the gameplay and the block design and all of that, it would look nice. And then it's because it was just traced art. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. Is there like a music video it's based off or something?
I think it's
There,
a song, maybe both.
I mean, there is a music video for the song, but I don't think the level was based
If
on
I
the
remember
music
right, the
video.
guy who made the song,
The Run Boy Run.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he like saw the level on Twitter and was like, "Hey, this sucks."
Yeah.
He said
Oh, you know
he
what?
hates it, something like that.
You know what's funny? The artist is called Woodkid. The song is Run Boy Run, which is really weird to me because this is the second time it happens. Like the first time it happened was with Sakupin Hell, because Sakupin is the name
Oh
of
yeah,
the
so
artist
hell
that made.
yes.
Yeah, Hell Yes is the name of the song. Sakupin is just the guy who made the song, so it's like.
Do you think they knew
It's like
that, or
Wait, what were you saying?
do you think that was known at the time of making, or is it just like a genuine mistake?
I feel like it was a mistake, honestly. Like, I think a
Yeah.
lot of people still don't even know that, weirdly enough.
No, I didn't
Alright.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask Nubas. Oh wait.
I said I haven't
Anyone
had that
Cafe
in a while.
Naver.
I want to see if you're
Oh my
right.
God.
Hold on. I believe you, but I want to double check this.
What people need to do is do what Nelf did and like just take inspiration and then create your own
Yeah.
original level. Because it's like styled like the music video, but it's
Oh my god, you're
completely-
right. Wait. So, yeah, the artist is Sakup, and the song is called Hell Yes, and the remix that's used in GD is by
It's
someone.
by
named-
Iron God.
It's by
Iron God.
Wait,
yeah.
what is this the same one?
And Iron God is the one who made the remix. The original
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
Yes, though, is one of my favorite Newgrounds songs.
Yeah, it's Iron God
so
Sakup
good.
and Hell Yes remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. What the fuck? I thought it
Yeah.
was Iron God.
Wait, Mr. Jazzman? That might be like an alternate name for him.
Mr. Jasmine.
He sounds interesting. I'll tell you that.
sounds
Mr.
fun.
Jazzman, Iron God, Sakup. Like,
Yeah, there's just like
Very mysterious.
10 names on the.
Wait, hold on. Someone has paid $5 to ask when the last time I went fishing was and if I caught anything big. Years ago, and no, it was in Italy though, and my sister caught something, and we had it for dinner later that day, and it was lovely.
nice.
No, but I'm not a fisher. What else?
So it's to my knowledge that you have a what is it? A 911 GT2 RS on order. When's that coming?
Sorry, I completely blanked out. I was thinking, what the hell is that? No, I don't have.
You said
wish.
Italy.
I love
It made me
Porsche.
think of like Maranello.
I'd love a Porsche. If I can't actually drive, so that would be a silly thing to buy.
Oh, do you not have
I
a
need to get
license?
I need to get my license so bad. I started learning, and then in the UK you have to like do your driving theory before you do your
Yeah.
actual test, and then that expires after 2 years. So not only has that expired, my original instructor has retired. It's been that long,
Holy
so I
fuck.
just need to start again. I just
You walk
I
into
need-
the whatever the DMV is in the UK, and he like comes back.
Yeah. He was a lovely guy as well. I wish.
Have you ever been in like any Porsches or anything like that?
No, my dad was like thinking of getting one when he retired and stuff, or like really wanted one, but we didn't. 'cause
I know
it's
in the
not
UK
kind of-
there's like you have to have your car inspected.
Yeah,
and
you
so,
have
like,
an
cars
MOT
are really
every.
cheap.
Because like if it fails your MOT, you're not allowed to drive it.
We don't
Do you
have
not
that
have that
over
in the
here.
UK?
There's
You
so
don't
many
have
like beaters on the road.
So you can just drive like a shit box that will just like
Yeah.
break. Whatever.
I mean, I think
mean,
the
I
best cars are like early 2000s, like, early 2000s Hondas and stuff like that, like Toyotas. The fucking old Volvo 240s.
I did not know enough about
indestructible.
cars.
Old Mercedes cars, fucking tanks. And the new cars are just.
Oh, they do look nice. Oh, I love like old boxy cars as well. They just look so just.
Yeah.
I want one.
I'm biased because I
But
have an older car, but I'm kind of
is
glad.
that your first car?
Yeah, I still have it. It's the
Yeah,
same one. It has a coolant leak right now, so I haven't been driving it, but I'll buy a
Oh.
radiator soon.
Yeah. do you
Yeah,
need?
I'll get on that.
Yeah. I think you should.
Yeah. You know,
I
actually, let me
do.
ask you: should I buy a new radiator and fix my car? Or should I just keep being lazy?
How much do you need this car? You're in the US, right?
I
So,
have
but
another daily that like
okay,
I can drive and stuff, but
okay.
that car
Oh,
is way more fun and it's like mine.
if it makes you happy, do it.
All right, I'll fork over the $100 for the
Yeah.
radiator.
I
No,
think
but
it's
like
worth
yeah, old cars. I love old cars. I feel
it. They're beautiful.
I'm like a very like most people should be. I love right to repair. I love being
Yeah.
able to like, take stuff apart, learn how stuff works and just get into it and wrench and stuff like that.
Mm.
And so I
It,
really enjoy like obviously I don't think anybody loves when something breaks and especially a
oh
vehicle.
no.
But like I think if you have the attitude and mentality of like wanting to fix it and wanting to learn more about the thing you drive every day, especially if
Yeah.
it's an older car like where it won't yell at you if you like take something off, like
Mm.
it's fun.
Yeah, and you should be able to like do things like that. Also, you should be able to buy parts for
Parts
like
availability is a
anything
problem,
recent.
yeah,
It
depending
is.
on
I
what you have.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever encountered with any tech problem I've had. That I got a laptop 5 days ago, or about a week ago now. 3 days in, the down arrow snapped, like just the keycap,
Is it
and because it's
membrane?
like no, I think it might be. It's just a standard laptop keyboard, but all I need to do is replace the keycap. But it's a
Yeah.
new model that's only been out for 2 months, so nowhere online sells it. So I went into the store I bought it from, and I had to go through 6 different people before I got on the phone with a repair shop that had the part essentially, and then now they're mailing it out to me because why would I be able to buy a keycap online? Why? It was ridiculous. I just wanted to repair it myself, man.
There's a company that makes like a laptop where like everything can be interchanged like
Mm,
easily. I don't
the
remember the brand
framework,
name.
it's framework laptop.
Framework.
I
Yes, yes.
yeah, I really
I've heard
that
nothing
like
but great
I
things
was
about them.
I was tempted on getting that, but I think I just I don't know. I ended up getting an Asus ZenBook S16 instead because it looks really nice, and it had everything I needed.
I feel like a
I needed
spoiled bitch because I have like a pretty good laptop, but it's sitting on it's sitting on like a square cabinet or like a square like shelf. Like it's a
it's.
book. I'm not even kidding.
Why do you not use it at all?
I use it sometimes. I use it so a friend and I have started doing like a real life podcast, like
Mm.
unrelated to this, in like my dining room, and we use that laptop with OBS in there.
Ooh,
I use
sorry,
it sometimes, but it makes me feel so fucking spoiled, dude. I really like.
you feel like you should appreciate it more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know. I
like
get that.
I give friends like old computer parts and stuff, and like stuff I'm
Mm.
not using. Like a friend of mine, I
That's
gave him my old GPU, my old power supply, my old mouse pad, one of my monitors,
Jesus. You have everything.
because it's like I don't need it.
Yeah, like why
I'm
would you?
trying to like not be so materialistic and so like attached, because
Are you
like
going for like
it's
a
like I
minimalist?
want it. I'd much rather it be used than be like dusty and just sitting there.
Oh, 100%.
Same
I
with
think if it
cars.
just sell it on eBay or something at least,
Same with cars.
or recycle
Like I
it.
respect people who buy like a really expensive car and not as an investment.
My old housemate used to like he treated it like it was like a side hustle, but he broke even on basically every car, and he just like bought broken cars, did them up, and then sold them back into the market. And it's just because he found it fun, I think, and I'm sure he
Yeah.
learned quite a lot from doing it.
I've honestly
So
really considered it. I've really
he
considered
should.
flipping cars.
It sounds really fun, and even if you don't like, even if you lose a little bit of money on it, it's
It's
like
fine.
I think it's worth it for the experience as well.
Especially if you like
Just to
turn
know
it into
what's
like
going on.
car videos. And if you get like
Oh,
enough
that would be
traction, you can make enough money off the video to break even. Like so even if you
Nick.
like buy like a shit box and like maybe like the chassis is cracked or something is or like maybe like the strut bar is like coming off or there's like rust. then it's like
Hmm.
fine, you know.
And maybe you'll get like car sponsorships in the future. You never know. Get those
Dude,
new
didn't
models.
didn't Peugeot like allow like an official sponsorship onto like Roblox and Fortnite and stuff? So like Roblox games don't even use like a fake brand for Peugeot. Like it's just
Oh,
it's just the actual brand now. I think Porsche did
Fortnite
that too.
have that. Fortnite have Lamborghini as well, and they have a Cybertruck, and I'm pretty sure they have a Nissan. Don't quote me on that though.
What's your dream car? Let's hear it. I don't know how much of a car guy you are, but
I'm not a massive
what are
car
some of
guy,
your
but
favorites?
I would love like I'm a sucker for those like old flippy headlights. So something like a Porsche
Ah,
942 that has that. I
ooh,
think would just like I'd love it. But like, and
like
even if I
like
went
an
for like something more
R32.
modern, yeah, just anything with those or a all those Masters.
Yeah,
Oh, they look
Miatas.
really good. I think so.
Dude, I
I'm
almost
not.
bought
I don't
one.
really think.
I almost bought like a
You should have.
1996 M edition one that my neighbor had that he never drove, and like he sold it recently to someone for 3,500, and like in good condition they can go for like 10, and I was like
That's
fuck.
crazy. You should have got it.
But like there
Oh,
was so much wrong with it, but like mechanically it was really sound. You know, like it
and
needed everything. It needed like fluid changes. Like
yeah, but
the
it's also
tires
just
were
pretty to
dry
look at.
rotted, but
Oh no.
there was
Oh,
like a
this is like.
hole. There was like a tiny hole the size of like the diameter of like a cup in the driver's side footwell. Like you could just see straight to the ground
Oh
because it was
god. And
rusting out.
it's not like you can buy parts for everything for those cars these days either, is it? So
Miatas are probably really available. I'm because
right.
Mazda made a million of them. They have
Oh,
like
okay. So
the model year is pretty long, so it wouldn't be too hard. And they're like cheap, you know. They're like little four
oh, that's good then.
cylinders, and
Oh,
so people
you should
mod the
have
fuck
absolutely
out of
snatched that
them.
up. Yeah.
I'm sure you've
I
seen
don't get
like
why you didn't.
stupidly modded Miatas
I don't
like
think so.
on
I'm
the
not like
internet.
big into these like car videos or like looking up this kind of stuff.
Dude, people
I
put
just
motorcycle engines in them, and
this is
they
ridiculous.
make like 13,000 RPM,
Jesus Christ, that
which
must
is like
sound
what the fuck. They put like a sequential manual in it.
what the hell is this? Just is that just normal manual
So normal
transmission?
manual, like it's an H pattern usually or a dog leg, and you go
Oh
through the
yeah,
gears
yeah.
manually, and you can like
Right,
skip
right,
gears
right.
and whatever. But
Oh,
like
sequential
a
is more like an
sequential is
automatic.
just up down up down.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, which is
Do you?
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
prefer an H shifter.
Do you drive a manual as well?
I've never driven one in real life, but I've had so
Never.
much time in racing sims and you know
Okay.
like
So you're pretty sure.
practical situations that like give me 10 minutes to learn like the bite point on the clutch on
Yeah.
the car and I'm good.
Yeah. That was the
That's
scary
really
thing. Like,
confident sounding, but trust me.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. You sound like you know what you're doing. But here you basically you don't
It's
have
really
to learn
common
in a
though, right?
manual, but everyone does. Yeah, yeah. If you learn in an automatic, you get like a worse light driving license. Like,
Oh,
so
weird.
like it's just because then you can't drive manual cars because you don't know how. So it just makes sense to pass in a manual.
Thief proof
And
over here.
yeah, that
There's so
I
many
don't
people over here who
understand
just don't
why
even understand how to like
yeah,
anything about it.
it's not much more difficult. Once you, it's like daunting to learn at
It's not
first, but
really
once you like
difficult,
get
yeah.
past it, it's like muscle memory. You don't think about it,
The
and you
hardest
stop
part,
spawning after
I think
lessons.
the hardest part is the bite point is different on every
Yeah,
car the
that,
clutch can be heavy or light and like starting from hills. I think that's probably it.
yeah. I was learning in like I think it was a Golf, and it had like an automatic handbrake, and it had like hill start assist. So I didn't
Was it a
learn.
stick?
Yeah, it's still a
Wait,
manual.
so it was a stick with an auto handbrake? What the fuck? That's
Yeah, I
weird.
know, and like I feel like when I get lessons again, I need to get a car with a handbrake just so I know, like I'm like
Just
confident
so you can
using
hit a
one.
sick e-brake drift. And then the
I need
instructor's like, what the fuck is wrong?
that. I think he might fail you for that.
I got points
Hey.
off for not indicating on like the tiniest road ever that I had perfect visibility on, and I was like, okay, whatever.
No, you gotta do everything by the book
Yeah,
though.
you have yeah.
Pick you up on anything.
Have you
I
ever
had,
been
I
like
had a mate.
nervous in a situation to where like you start questioning your own judgment and you like nearly fuck up?
Yeah, sometimes.
I
But
almost
also,
turned left on green because I was so fucking nervous. I'm not even kidding.
uh,
I'm like,
you
and
can
my dad
turn
is in the car just like having the worst expression on his face, like, don't fucking do that.
when
Yeah,
you when
my
you're red, you
first.
can like right through it, can't you? Or is it left?
Left-hand drive or right-hand drive? What? I didn't hear you.
In America, it's right-hand drive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right hand over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. We don't have that over here.
Or fuck, why did I just lie? It's left-hand drive, right lanes. I don't know why I
Okay,
just
yeah.
lied.
Yeah.
So people are gonna
Easily done.
pause and be like,
Is he stupid?
well, yeah.
No, don't say that. I'm looking at chat. Has anyone said anything?
We can get back into
Uh,
mech hack. I know this is like adult talk for a lot of people, but you know.
it's not even talk for me because I can't even drive. But
Yeah, we can get back
I,
into it. We can get back into the meat and potatoes.
nah, it's good. I'm just looking at how difficult is making Mega Hack. Not that difficult once you get past it. Because really, all I'm just doing is adding mods and creating individual mods. It's getting the base.
Is it kind of
ready.
like the T-mod loader for GD?
That's kind of what Geode is.
Yeah.
And then I just need to get once like the user interface for Mega Hack and all that sorted, I'm good to go. And that's what I made sure to have ready before 2.2 dropped. So like Mega Hack V8 was already developed and ready like October 2022 because that's when I thought 2.2 was going to drop, but of course it didn't. And then
I mean, at least you were really prepared.
exactly. And then so when it dropped, it was 4 days before I released it publicly, and that was beautiful. Those were like the best days of revenue I've ever had. I don't know that if the game will see that kind of hype ever again. To be honest,
Dude, what was the reaction when it came out? Like, where were you?
Well, I was literally. My girlfriend was visiting home for a bit, so I was just about to go to bed, and then I get a message from Pause because I was DMing him. I was like, I'm gonna go visit my pet girlfriend's house for the first time, like way back at her town, and I had to call that off because of a job chat 2.2. So she went to bed, and I just spent the next 4 hours like.
Could you imagine if you said that to Pause and then he went to RobTop and he was like, now?
He might have.
I mean,
because
maybe.
he told I was talking to him about that and he was like, oh, just go live your life, go visit your girlfriend anyway, and then he had to
this motherfucker
bad news,
knew,
buddy. He knew.
This son of a bitch.
He doesn't let anything up. It was that was tough, but then obviously a couple of weeks later instead, so it all worked out, and it was worth it. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, probably boosted sales.
I had my best probably like 20 days of revenue like individually in a row from the day it released, and I don't know how that
and that was the moment you opened up the Uber Eats app and we're like, we're eating good tonight, fillet of salmon, maybe some
honestly it made more sense to in those days it made more sense to order in than cook for yourself because I'm losing precious time if I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Have
you ever thought about like a supplement like HelloFresh, like where they just send you the ingredients?
Oh yeah, I have looked at that kind of thing. I also, it's not the same, but I bought some Huel shakes. They look quite nice.
You a Soylent drinker?
No, I cook most meals now.
Dude, you might gain mega hack sales if they find out you drink Soylent.
Wait, what is Soylent?
It's like a dietary it's like it's like, you know, a nutritional drink.
It's like
You
a
get like your
Venom
daily
ad.
caloric intake and stuff like that from like a little drink.
There's an Ant Venom
like
ad that
protein.
describes it well.
Yeah,
look-
Ant Venom describes it. You know, Ant Venom removed that from the video. And
Yeah,
like,
I know.
the top comment is now like it was all just a dream.
Is this like a VOD or something? Did he just edit it? Just edit it out?
It was he got sponsored by them in one of his videos, and it became like a massive meme. Because like there was a scene, he was like, oh, he opened up a chest in Minecraft, and then it cut to like a bottle of Soylent coming out of it. And then like it was him being like, "Man, hey guys, just wanted to go grab a Soylent." And he was like, I can't. I'm too weak, and I can't.
I'm
Soylent
surprised he's
gives
not
me
like
what I
breached
need.
a
It's
contract
stuff
to
like
remove
that.
that. Yeah.
He just got so like it just got so memed. I think he got tired of it. I respect him,
Yeah,
so like
definitely.
I'm not gonna, but I think he just got really fucking tired of hearing it all the time and like
No,
seeing
that's
like lol soy you drink Soylent LMAO.
valid.
'Cause I remember I opened Twitter one time and I didn't even see the thread because I follow him. I just saw like a reply on the top of the timeline of him just being like, because he's a cunt, that's why. And I'm like, what?
That's a bit
And then
harsh.
I
He
clicked,
seems
I'm
like
like,
a nice
oh.
guy. But, that's
I, I,
funny.
I used a
Right,
strong word, my bad.
you're gonna
Oh.
get demonetized.
Yep.
You'd be
So- I'm
surprised, dude.
I'm
I think
reading
we get kind of lucky with
chat, yeah.
that.
Do you? Oh, you can have monetization on, do you?
Yeah,
this.
yeah. But like, it's weird. There's
Mm.
some podcasts where we talk about like a lot of drugs and a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw. Was
And
it
like they don't get
Noise?
demonetized.
They don't.
Some of them don't. Noyce's
You
episode
could-
didn't, and he talked about doing cocaine in Berlin. Like what?
But I'm sure if you mention COVID, you'll get demonetized straight away.
Is that
That's
like
still a thing.
is that like a flagged word?
It used to be, I swear, back
It
back
was,
in,
I think, yeah.
yeah.
Was it because of like
But I'm not
COVID
sure.
misinformation or something?
Maybe, yeah. But I stopped monetizing my videos since V6, so I don't have
What
to deal with
for?
that stuff anyway. It was like £60 a month, which is like
And you don't even
it's
get it. It's
pretty
not even
funny.
100.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
that's
it
how
like
it
adds
works
up
over there.
for like 2 months. Yeah, but it was like I just thought to myself, like, if people have to watch an ad for to essentially they have to get through an ad to watch another advert. So I just thought I'd just get rid of ads because
I
I'd
mean,
rather
in
like
fairness,
have better quality.
like if something claims that video, it's gonna play ads anyway.
That's true. That's
So there's
why
almost no
I
way to avoid
I
it sometimes.
well I got Epidemic Sound just so I could make sure like everything's like licensed, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's been fine ever since. And I feel like I kind of like I have my system where I use their songs, use nice like clean effects, and like short and quick showcases now. Because before I used to showcase every single mod in the hack, and
Big Grandma's
that's no one's
monetization
doing
repellent. Yep.
that.
That was a doozy right there. What were we talking about?
What did he do?
Oh, we just went off the cuff, like so hard.
It just what
We
kind
talked
of
about like just like he was saying the R word a lot,
Oh no, yeah, that's red flag already.
And we were talking about drugs,
Yeah, that's that. I'm surprised.
I try to not do that so much because I don't want like it to be the same thing. Like someone tuning in to one and then it's that. Someone tuning into one, it's like okay, this is pretty similar.
It's just a bunch of geometry dash figures just incriminating themselves.
we can get back to Mega Egg.
No, it's okay. I'm reading chat. Is like
Dude, I have a
epidemic.
good question. I have a feeling
Go
this is
on.
gonna have a good story. What was the most insane bug you ever encountered when implementing something into Mega Hack? Was there something that was just like so weird and so like, unconventionally difficult and just being a bitch?
I have one that's not. It's not like it wasn't like a direct mod, but it was when I was developing the user interface, and I had this horrible bug I spent at least a few days on, where whenever you'd move the mouse really quickly, the game would lag. But like if you just moved it slowly or just like you were doing things normally, it was fine. And it was because like when you've got like a user interface, you've got like a tree of interface objects. So you have like the mini windows and then like the checkboxes and then like the text and stuff. And all that mouse data was getting pushed through that to all of those like elements. And each time it went through an element, it'd copy that whole tree of objects for every object, for every little mouse movement.
Oh
And
my
that was
God.
clearly very inefficient. So all I needed to put was in C++, it's like an ampersand, and that passes objects by reference, and that would just that fixed it. one character to fix that bug. But debugging things like that are like performance issues, they're such headaches, and that it's not a fun. It's not a fun time. But I don't know nothing too major apart from that.
I'm surprised because like GD always gets a reputation of just being fucking broken as hell.
Does whenever I've like dealt with like physics, that's been a headache. Like show trajectory took like that original implementation. That was like hell. There were so many little issues that would always crop up.
Is there any like mod that was pre 2.2 that you've struggled to like import into 2.2? Because I know there are some that are like not there, I think.
Like show trajectory I haven't done yet because I've
Yeah.
like focused on other things, and I know that was like by far the biggest mod. So I just haven't got around to it essentially. But nothing major, I don't think, because the game's like it's still very similar on the inside, and you'd be able to remake any mod that was in 2.1. It's just with all these new physics things, it just feels like a lot more to account for show trajectory, because what that did on the inside was simulate you playing the level for a little bit longer and then restore everything back to where it was. And if you're doing that, you need to make sure you're restoring absolutely everything or the level's break. So that it's just a lot. And then you got to do that like in a like a nice fast way, because it's still not the most optimized game, and if you're simulating like gameplay like that, shit will slow down. And show trajectory like famously did that, but that was kind of expected anyway. Again,
I'm
someone
looking for stuff.
asked me,
I might have to take a bathroom break in a second, but
no worries.
it's
Someone
okay.
asked
It's
me
okay.
what
Google can carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just reading chat, and my hardest is Rebellion. I haven't played this game since 2018 properly.
Oh, you know what I want to hear? So I've heard you say that zero delay is placebo, and is there like a good explanation for that, or did you just add it in like to troll and see if people would like turn it on and be like, "Wait, I'm better."
So no. In 2.2 it was placebo. In 2.2 it wasn't. In 2.2 I thought
2.2 was placebo.
No,
But
in 2.1 it wasn't. Sizzy developed it in 2.1, and it like actually got rid of the buffer frame.
Yeah.
But in 2.2 that wasn't a thing, so it was just placebo in 2.2.
But when I was reading like reverse engineering the code, I just read it wrong, and I thought it wasn't implemented properly. So I added zero delay back in, thinking I added it back.
Is it still there?
No. Once I realized that, I removed the code, but kept the checkbox there for a little bit, and no one said anything. So it was definitely placebo. But
Where's
you
my
know,
zero
I feel like
dude, come where is it? Come on, man.
It's gone. I removed it because it's not real.
Okay, I have another one. Can you explain to an idiot like me what the technical differences are between ticks per second and frames per second and their bypasses?
Okay. Yeah, this is one people ask a lot.
Yeah, we're setting the record straight.
Frames per second. Okay, ticks per second when you're playing the game normally is the exact same as your frames per second.
Right.
Actually, this is 2.1 terms really, because every frame was a physics tick, and yada yada yada. With the TPS bypass, what that did was run the game normally, so the frames would be updating, like maybe 60 times a second, but it wouldn't render all those frames. So the TPS bypass is the amount ticks per second is the amount of like physics steps maybe per second, and the frames per second is the amount that are actually shown visually, the amount that are rendered.
So ticks are just physics ticks.
Yeah.
And it's just the same as the frame rate.
Yeah, so that's why the TPS bypass was more performant, because it would disable like part of the rendering.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah,
that was
and then there's
to me.
funny quirks as well with the way it's implemented, where if you have TPS and FPS bypass enabled, it can work differently to just having one or the other. But
okay.
that's just an information thing.
So it's more of like a performative fix than it is like a
Yeah.
than
So
like a skill boost.
realistically, FPS should just be set to your monitor hertz, and then TPS should be set to like whatever you want, however much like input precision you want. But that's in 2.1 terms. In 2.2, just use click between frames.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
You're not going to get any faster than the CBF now. I mean, I don't think.
Oh, you wait until CRTs make a comeback.
Oh God, they should do that.
I'm
But
thinking about buying like a
static-
computer one.
But
So I can
we're
use it.
done. So how the hell are you plugging that in? Like, are you using like DisplayPort or
So
what?
right now, I actually have one. I
Oh,
don't know if I'm going to turn my camera on. I'm not wearing a shirt. You'd see my massive pecs, but
you've
I have
already
one on a
sent it.
table. I have one on a table, like adjacent to where I'm sitting right now. But it's like a TV CRT. So it's got like a coaxial and like AV, and that's it. And so I had to
So you
buy
just
I had to buy like a conversion box that like passes through the HDMI to AV, like from my computer signal to the TV.
does it have
And
to be
it
powered
works.
as well? Because
So it comes with a power thing, but I unplugged it and it literally it works still. So I
that's
guess
nice.
it depends on how much power you're drawing from it.
Yeah. I had to do that for my Wii, but that
I have a Wii over there too.
I brought that up to my student house here, and
What do you play on it? Is it homebrewed?
Yeah, it's homebrewed. I got
You
what
got
is it? The
CTGP?
Mario Kart one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dude, we
what
should play sometime.
I was just. That's the only
I played
mod
it last night.
I played
with a
it like
friend.
last week. I love Mario Kart Wii,
It's fun,
and
dude.
then I've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers recently as well. Not on the Wii though, on the Switch.
You have
But
any games
do
you'd
wanna
recommend me put on mine?
on your Wii?
Yeah, because I want to put more games on it.
Honestly,
Like I'm just
all
gonna
I've
like
played is,
I'm gonna put
sports.
like ISO like disk images on it or whatever, like WBFS files onto the SD card.
Oh yeah, get New Super Mario Brothers if you don't have it.
Oh, that's a classic. I have the disc,
That's all I play.
so I probably don't
yeah,
need to.
literally all I play is that and Mario Kart and Wii Sports sometimes. I
You
also
know
had
that Black
COD
Ops
4.
2 is on the Wii.
Yeah, I have COD 4 on the Wii. It's great.
Were you a COD kid?
No,
Like, did you
no.
grow up with COD?
My first proper COD was 2019 Modern Warfare.
Oh wow.
I know. My
I
parents
feel
had
even
never let
older
me
now.
play
I grew
before.
up with like BO2, MW3,
I was so jealous
BO1.
of my friends that had
Grew up
like.
with Modern Warfare 2.
I
Yeah,
wish.
MW2.
I was a Minecraft kid.
Oh, same. Yeah, isn't
That's
everybody?
yeah. That's what got me into modding in the first place, though. Like seeing those mod menus and stuff, and then
Oh
like
yeah.
joining like CubeCraft and like just
Seeing like all the
hacking away.
plugins,
Yeah, so
like MC Essentials or whatever. That
yeah,
was the
or
big
like
one that like
I think so.
everyone
Yeah,
had.
and then I had like the worst client back in the day.
Do you
Like,
remember
not
Worst Client?
yeah, it was so
Did
good.
everyone use that to grieve?
It was like the best free one or something. I swear they changed the interface so it was like some kind of like search thing and like and a
I
grid
could see
instead
how
of
that's a huge inspiration, actually.
yeah. I
Like
based
Minecraft
Mega
clients.
yeah, that was what it was. It was the Wolfram client.
Oh,
I think
Wolfram.
that
Yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah, because wait, if I can get a picture up, it had a similar color originally. Wait, well, there's no picture there. Am I spelling it wrong?
If you can find one, I'll put it on the screen.
I'm Wolfram. Am I spelling it wrong?
Worst Client was also a Bitcoin miner. It probably was. It probably was, dude. I bet my old
People thought
650
MegaHack was.
Ti was mining so much Bitcoin.
I mean,
Oh,
if
I
you
bet
have
it
that
was.
many users, you'll surely get one. Oh, here we
Dude,
go. Here we
I
go.
definitely
This
had
is
coin miners on my old computer.
you just downloaded
Dude, I
it.
think that's how I got hacked on YouTube. Because I would just download like random crap and just run EXEs. Like it was impossible to get hacked. That's like definitely what did it.
Yeah, that's on you. Right, I've got a screenshot. I'll send it you, but this is not. It's like just from one. one YouTube video. Where the hell is that gone? Oh, there it is.
I'll put it on screen. Dude, my fucking chest is so sore. Jesus.
What have you done to it?
I did chest day on Friday.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's super similar.
Yeah, that was that, and it was like a more similar color to V6, I think, at the time as well.
I'll put that shit on
So
screen.
It's almost a straight, not rip off, but heavy inspiration.
I wouldn't say
And-
it's a rip off. It's grown
Yeah.
so much. There's a French
has,
flag.
it
We
has.
need to get that off the screen.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
Is there it? No, you're not.
I love all French people except for Cheez-It fan.
Yep, I was actually gonna say that.
I hope you're listening, bitch. No, I love them. Fuck, what were we talking about? My
Is
it
hatred for
them?
French people like bled out for a second. No, yeah, I could see how that's inspiring for sure.
Yeah.
It's
And
like-
it's like
Yeah,
such a good interface as well. For like, if you've got a lot of buttons that need to be clicked, just show them all. And if you organize them in tabs, no one's going to complain. I've seen like, because there's like, you've got Geode and like so many
Yeah.
more modders these days. I've seen other mod menus with like slightly different like interfaces and stuff, but I still think like the tab menu.
have
that
you ever
Mega
thought
Hack-
about like decluttering stuff, or is it like everything is fine where it is?
Everything's fine where it is. I move stuff around. Like I've separated screenshots into its own tab now. And the big one was separating cosmetic and level into like two separate tabs, because before that was all in one.
Oh yeah,
tab.
I remember that. I was like, where the
That
fuck is
Awful.
like
You'd
icon?
scroll up and
whatever it
down.
was.
I don't want any scrolling. That's too much. But I
I
don't
think
think,
it's well designed.
and I think everything is like where it should be. The icons tab, I just want to turn that into like,
Oh, I see the
You-
screenshot thing now. I've never seen that.
it's I want icons to be its
It's in
own like
little
in-game
tab.
thing. It's in its own tab, but I want it to be
Oh,
in-game because that's easier.
This is like a weird request. Not even a request, really. Does account on Linker like even work at all anymore? Because that was a thing on old
Shit.
Mega Hacks, but like that's easy. That's an easy way to like clone data.
I do.
So
I
I
haven't
wonder
thought
like
that.
if that's why it's gotten
a while.
removed.
No, I can definitely still do that. Let me note that down in my to-do.
I'm giving you more work, but it's fine.
No, it's my job. I need more work.
Because I
No,
used to. You want
it's
me to
useful.
be honest? I used to use that on like alts, just so I could have my data, literally, so I could have
No,
icons and whatever.
You should just use the
I
icon.
always
bypass.
wondered why that was a thing, or whether
It was.
Is it just
was,
obsolete now?
I don't even think so. I think it would still work. I just think it's like, I think people just use it so little that it's not been brought up to me. Like I haven't
Yeah,
thought about it.
there's not really a reason to use it unless you're making more accounts.
This should duplicate it. But like it's such a simple mod to implement. To get it to work, you set the account ID in game to 0, and then it thinks you don't have an account, but it keeps all your data. That's all you have to do.
We tricked a rock into thinking.
So I'm
I was
get
literally
to that.
using that on like Mega Hack V5 and as late as
God, yeah.
2019 or something.
V5 was the goat. That's what really like got
Dude,
it into,
I remember
like,
back then, like no particles would like halfway work. I remember
yeah,
that.
that was
Like it would only
I
work
don't-
sometimes.
I don't even know why. I don't think I looked into that because it kind of was good
That
enough,
was a
wasn't
very
it?
distinct memory. And like there was no safe no clip.
Oh no, there
Nothing
wasn't.
like that. Like if you just no clip something, congrats. Here's the stars.
There was no incomplete level either. Don't even think about that. You only got safe mode in V6, and you had to pay for that.
Now there's like
I
cheat
think-
indicator and stuff, which is really good.
Yeah. I think that was like, I mean, that's probably one of the most used features now.
I imagine
And
you've gotten an
auto-save.
email that's like, "Hey, I beat this, but there's these things that and it's not green."
Yeah.
Can
You know on
fix
the end
this?
screen where you get the dots and it shows you. People always ask exactly what those mean because they have slightly different meanings.
Oh, that's actually a good thing to explain now that you're here.
Yeah,
Because like
one
I
of-
don't know
one
if
of
like the
them-
brown one is or whatever, like the purple.
there's a blue one for physics bypass, and then the other two, one mimics what the cheat indicator is right at the point of like the level screen coming down, and the other
Mhm.
one will turn red if you used a cheat at any point during the completion attempt.
Okay, there you go. That explains why
So
one
it's,
of them is green and one of them is red. Like if
it's
I turn
basically
off
just-
no clip before the end screen.
but it's still red. It's caught you. You're
I
not
know,
getting
like,
past
I
that.
know people like, I'm just gonna name drop him, I don't care. I know people like Nick XD. You know that fucking, you know that guy? He was cheating
I
on Death
recognize
Corridor.
that name. Wait,
And
hold on.
Someone say
this is
Death
old news,
Corridor.
but and
Oh yeah.
Teleprosity perfectly exposed the proof this is hacked and get $10. And not surprising, but he never paid him.
Oh yeah. He
People
just
said that he like wrote like his own DLL thing to like force the color to change, which like doesn't surprise me.
no. That might.
However, he did it.
Yeah. And it's a lot easier now. Modding is so accessible. So
Yeah, I
don't
bet there's
trust those.
it's a geode mod right now, like always green.
Wait, is there?
No, like, but imagine. I mean, I don't know.
I would not be
There might be.
surprised.
Let's see. Fuck it. Let's see. I made a joke, but now
I'm,
I have to know.
there's no cheat indicator or anything.
Yeah, not a single thing comes up for the word cheat.
I think that's crazy.
I think you should add some kind of like watermark in a way that
Do you mean like the
that isn't
Zbot one kind of?
one that isn't like obvious. Like you have the cheat indicator one, but then you have one that's kind of,
Yeah.
like obviously you wouldn't explain what it is because then people would know. You could still probably see it in the code, but I think it would make it harder. If it's
Yeah, because
like
the Zbot one didn't go noticed.
yeah, actually it's especially if you don't mention it. I mean, like I'm mentioning it here, but like I doubt many people will see it. If you do decide to implement it, but I think you could
Yeah.
do something like that so that the green indicator one in a way could also be a red herring where people think,
Yeah.
oh,
So
that's the indicator, so they disable it and they don't realize there's another one that you can actually use to check.
I've definitely thought about it, and people have like been like, oh, this is like such an obvious thing to do. Why haven't you done it? And it's just because like I just can't be asked. And also, if you get that wrong, it can cause you don't want like false positives and stuff.
Yeah, no,
And
I get it.
like, it's a whole kind of worm. So I've just decided not to. Well, and the way I see it, it's like it's not my problem to solve at the moment.
That's
There's
true.
so many mods. If that was built into Geode though, no one could get away with cheating. No one.
I mean, I feel like there's always like the new undetectable method, but that eventually just becomes obvious.
Yeah. I
That's just
remember,
like the
was it when
cycle.
N level was cheating? People were like,
this shit
going
is
crazy about-
undetectable.
and then at the end of the day, it turned out to be detectable.
You know what's crazy? Like, you've been around for a while, right? Like, when did you start playing?
Oh God, I'm
Like,
old.
what year?
2015. It was 1.8.
Yeah, you were around for like Cyclic's reign.
Yeah,
And you know
yeah.
how like the Hell Zone has a cut, like a couple.
Yeah,
I swear to you, I have looked at the timestamps. I've gone frame by frame. They're just so invisible. I can't. I literally can't see them at all.
Cheater. You know, I remember seeing him using Mega Hack, and I was like blown out the way. like I was blown.
Just
What
going to the stream
I
and be
just
like, yeah.
that's me. I remember watching his videos and like looking up to him, and same with Riot.
Yeah.
He beat Sonic Wave with Mega
Dude,
Hack.
it's like the standard. It probably feels
It
really
was.
weird. Like,
Yeah,
everybody uses it. I bet there's probably only like 2 people, maybe like only mobile players in the top 100 that don't have it.
Especially like grinders. It just seems to be the standard. I asked the demon list sometime, or like I can't remember who exactly in it was, and I asked like what percentage of submissions have Mega Hack in them, and it's like 99%. It was crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Like concrete. It was like it's just become like not even the meta, just like the base. It's required at this point, especially in 2.2 when it like that's all that there was essentially.
Please let Absolute know that there's a member of the GD Archives team that would love to see show coins uncollected added again and are willing to pay them.
Okay, you don't have to pay me, man. I'll just add it. It's like a quick mod.
Wait. Show coins uncollected. Oh, okay. I get
Right,
you.
I've added that. What else? I'll do that.
I do have like a list of things that I've asked friends before the podcast to like suggest. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like I could just go through them quickly.
Yeah, go through more.
Okay.
I like to add
I need
things
to
to
use
my
the
list.
bathroom.
Okay.
I'm keep going.
Alright.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk about that while you do that then.
Hmm.
So I mean, obviously you don't have to add all of them. Just the suggestions. Randomize icon sets from friends list. I'm guessing. Is there like a? I think there's already a mod that lets you take from your friends.
That used to be a thing. I haven't added that back yet, but I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
So random icon sets and still icons. I need to add
Yeah.
still icons at least.
Another one. Okay, invert color. I don't fully know what that means. That
Wait,
might
what
just
was
be
it?
like another one. Invert color. I don't
What's that?
fully know what that means.
Is that like the setting on like phones where you can just like completely flip the colors?
I think it might be that. Yeah.
I don't think I'll do that one.
Yeah.
That's
No. Okay. Okay, and then Sizzy said, "Make the restart level button work on the end screen." I don't actually fully know what that one is about either, because I thought it did, but maybe
It
I'm
doesn't work.
make the
What's is he on about?
Or it said, and add back pause on end screen and actually make it work after you
I'm
hit the
back.
end wall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Pause on complete. I don't know what the restart button does work unless I've broken it. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is about either, because I can't say I've experienced it either. And then last one he said, also add a hack to force glow off for all levels, so you don't have to manually check the box every time.
Oh yeah, no glow. That makes sense. Restart works for me. It's the same. Wait. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I tried it too. I didn't get that issue, so I don't.
Yeah, get him to elaborate.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Yeah.
Um,
But everything else is like they're quite quick mods. The biggest one
Yeah.
there is probably still icons. But no.
Oh yeah. Have you thought about integrating like an icon kit? Or are you just leaving that to Geode?
Yeah. When in 2.1, I remember ZMX came out with a mod that did that, so I just never
Because
did
I know
it.
Geode has a really nice one now.
Oh yeah, wait. Isn't hitbox multiplier not a thing?
I haven't added that back because people cheat so much with it.
Oh yeah.
And
Someone didn't
better
say
without
player hitbox multiplier instead of object hitbox.
player hitbox multiplier. I did that. It's stupid
Oh.
because then the player just like sinks a little bit into the ground, and then you can't jump as high, and then you're dead. If you
Okay.
if you want to cheat, use hitbox multiplier just on spikes and
Okay.
stuff.
The last one someone mentioned was keybinds that work in the editor. Do the keybinds like not work in the editor?
If you turn off disable in editor, you can use keybinds in the editor.
Okay.
No,
All right. That's.
to be fair,
about
I
it
did
then.
just I added back that setting after it not being there in a while, and I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have defaulted it on.
If you disable what in the editor again?
In the keybinds menu in Mega Hack, if you turn off disable in editor, you get.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just turn it on by default because I want people to be
You
able
know
to
one
use
that
its
used to be
keyboard.
in the game that it might still be, it might just be me not looking hard enough. I remember when I had like when I would have no clip on the end screen it would show me my accuracy. Is that still in Mega Hack?
No, I need to add that back. That's just been,
I used to really like that because like I just no clip shit. Like I don't beat stuff, but I
no, but
no
it's
clip stuff.
yeah.
And like
I
I
might
feel like
add
when
it
it's on the
better
screen, it like
interface as well.
distracts me and makes me play worse.
No clip. What's it? Recap. I'll call it something like that. I'll add that back.
I don't remember like accuracy on end screen or something.
Yeah. No, that's a simple thing to do as well. I mean, I'm probably copy paste half this stuff from V7 anyway. There's just so many mods in that goddamn version. Like, it's going to be a while until I've got back to that kind of mod menu.
Set a deadline, no COD until this many hacks are added.
Oh, I want to play the new COD. It came out yesterday,
motivation.
didn't it? Yeah, Black Ops 6. It looks nice.
I didn't want to buy it, but holy shit, the game looks so good.
Out of all, if the last 4 years of games, I think it looks
That's
the best.
legitimately the best looking COD I've ever seen. I don't think it can get better.
Modern Warfare 2019 was my favorite until, I mean, it's been my favorite since. And then like Cold War being a close second, but Black Ops 6 is like, it actually hit the standard again. Because Modern Warfare 2 was Modern Warfare 2, and Vanguard was just boring.
I come from
I-
like
I- I-
such an older COD generation to where like I feel like the people that played when I played, there's no way they still play it. Like there's no way a lot of
Yeah.
them still play it.
They've all got full-time jobs now, and they're in their 30s. Like,
I mean, in the sense of
I don't
like, I feel like the games have changed so much. Because like back
oh
then,
yeah, 100%.
like to be fair, in fairness to like the new CODs, there was way more room for innovation back then when
Oh,
it comes
yeah,
to like
100%.
varying the series and stuff like that.
Mm.
And like, for example, back when I started playing, like the first COD I played was BO2, and that was when it was in its prime in like 2012 or something.
They had like a
2013.
6-year run of straight bangers. We'll never get that again.
And like
That was
every
right
one was so distinct, like by looks, like you knew exactly which one it was instantly. And like now, I know it's because I don't play much, so it's like there is a logical fallacy here, but sometimes I look at COD footage like now, and I don't even know which one it is. Like they all
do you know
look
the whole
so
COD
similar.
HQ thing? They all use the same engine now. They all use the same interface, and they're all like DLCs to the COD
That sounds
HQ.
like it's just cost effective.
It is, and it also reduces like download sizes, because before you download like Warzone and Cold War and have duplicate assets, but 200 gigabyte games.
I guess as
But
long as
it's
the engine's
also-
good, then
It's alright. It's pretty good. It's like, but you won't ever get that like that retro clunk. Like I don't know what the feel that like Cold War had, because that's
that
based
good
on
old
the Black Ops.
peer-to-peer getting doxxed.
Oh
Or
yeah,
getting
yeah.
DDoSed.
I'm gonna lie to
Getting
them at least.
offline.
Flag switching.
Dude, fuck those guys. They're
I
all
miss
in
flag
jail now.
switching.
Live's fucked.
Everyone with a J tag is in jail now. I
Oh, God,
thought
yeah.
about modding an Xbox, but like
I
no.
I didn't trust it after seeing. I think
I
it's
do
just
it
because it's
now,
online.
but
Mm.
I have a
But
friend
I don't
who's
play it.
making a video on it, and he like killed the motherboard on his like.
Well, those things broke if you just like looked at them.
Yeah,
too
they're
hard.
really easily breakable. But he was
at least
like, well,
the
fuck.
Sims a bit more reliable.
He was
Yeah.
DMing me. If he listens to this, he's gonna know I'm talking about him. But he was DMing me about it. He was like, I knew the risks, but fuck.
Yeah. And they're pretty cheap now as well. Have you
Yeah.
seen how much 3DSs are these days? You can get like 3 Xboxes for the price of a 3DS.
How much is an Xbox
They're like-
now? Because I bought one in 2020 for like $100.
I saw a 360 for like 50 quid, and then I got a 3DS recently for 150.
Oh my god.
I thought about
No,
getting one
that's
of those like
not-
weird AliExpress like Game Boy things to try it out on stream.
You should. But,
But
if you're gonna play,
some people, a friend of mine told me that like you have to like preload they're not preloaded. So you have to
get
put
all
the
that
games on there
wrong.
yourself, and I'm like,
That makes sense.
that's not really why I bought
Nintendo
it.
would like sue their asses if they could not get away with that.
But like, do they have control over that out of China though? Because that's what I wonder. Because that's
I'm
where like
Nintendo
they come out of.
That's true. They're probably not, but Nintendo's Nintendo, and they'll go after everyone.
Yeah, they are very cutthroat.
They actually are. They're kind of scary.
They make examples out of people.
But like, I feel like when it's like a legacy console, who cares? 'Cause if you're downloading 3DS
Yeah, like
games
it's
for free,
preservation.
but also you're not taking money out of Nintendo's pockets because they don't produce them anymore.
Yes, exactly.
It just
I do not
matter.
understand Nintendo dick suckers, dude.
I know. Also, they don't even create. They're not even like on the retro consoles or anything, so they're not even making money through that. So I don't know
Like
why
they
they
had
care so
Wii
much.
Virtual Console and stuff like that, but like, do they
They
even
did,
do that
yeah.
anymore?
It's a monthly. You can only get it on like with Nintendo Switch Online now, which is like monthly subscription or whatever. You can't just buy individual like WiiWare or like Virtual Console like you could back in the day. It's so bad.
If you want my honest opinion, I think people a lot of people just are kind of spineless when it comes to this kind of shit, at least online.
Mm.
Like, I don't know anybody like this personally, but you'll see people on the internet that like Nintendo does something and it's like, wow, this sucks. I'm never supporting them ever again. And then like a new game gets trailered and they're like, they're like, I'm buying it. I'm gonna support
People
them.
just like to say a lot of shit.
And like, yeah, I mean, it sucks.
It's just
like,
for
they do
it's
make
just
good
reactionary.
games, but
they
like
do.
they're just a horrible company. So like
Yeah.
I understand, but I feel like people should be more with their word when they go
Yeah.
out on a whim and be like, I'm not going to support them anymore. This is ridiculous. And then like a week later,
Yeah.
oh my god, the new whatever.
They're gonna get it. Like
That's just like you're not even
people
standing up
that
for what
deep
you're
into
saying.
it as well. People that like deep into caring about what Nintendo does that much. Like they're like already super fans of Nintendo anyway. They're always going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably the same people that are like anti-piracy.
Yeah, I'm anti-piracy when it comes to Mega Hack, but
for personal reasons, it's very difficult to crack Mega Hack.
people have done it.
Do that.
Cracks exist, but it's mostly in Russian and Belarus communities where because of sanctions you can't
I'm so
actually.
surprised by that.
Yeah, it's so stupid that a war across like down way back in Europe affects me personally. I lost like a third of my sales because of that bloody war.
Oh jeez.
I know it used to be a third Russia, but then things went back to normal after a few months after people started paying their friends in different countries to buy it for them. Like half the reason for gift codes is so people could get their hands on it. And people started reselling them, so it worked out in the end.
I hope people don't repackage it with like rats and stuff.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they do. There was one guy that cracked it and then started selling the crack instead of just selling gift codes. And
Are you
that
able
was
to like
just
take that down, or is there like not anything you can do?
I can DMCA it, but
Okay,
because
cool.
these people are in like different countries, most of the time I can't do anything legally. If they're in the UK, I'd absolutely take them down to court because that's an easy win. But
my lawyers are gonna have a word with your lawyer. That's probably gonna be automatically representing you because you're broke.
But I'm not flying to Russia to sue someone.
No, fuck that, dude.
That's too much effort and not worth my time. I just
do you want to hear a massive generalization that's going to make people mad?
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Like I'm not trying to generalize because I love Russian people. Like there are good people, but they're also assholes in every like walk of life. So like it's more just a joke. I was looking at Exon's I was going back to Exon's like old videos that are obviously hacked. And you know how this goes. Like the Russians just love giving cheaters the benefit of the doubt. They love just refuting evidence and just making up bullshit. Really anybody who believes cheaters like that. But it seems so prevalent in that community to me. And I was looking at like comment threads of people just being like, I can't believe people thought this was legit, lol. And then like 10 replies from Russian kids being like, you do not understand. Did you see O'Reilly's anti-expose? He is obviously completely legit. He definitely beat Sakupin Circles in 2018 on a shitty computer. Are you fucking kidding me? No, but like, I saw that.
Kids.
Yeah. You ready for the conclusion? This is a long setup for this joke. I then concluded, I was like, you know who these people are most comparable to? I feel like Russian kids like that, they almost seem like they're the flat earthers of the GD community.
Okay, that's fair.
I had that thought, and I was like, is this like, does this make sense? It's like they always refute evidence. They never want to like see the truth. They never like when given an opportunity to see the obvious truth, they don't jump at it. They actually really, really badly don't want to see it.
It's because they look up to these guys, I think.
Yeah, and it's also such a cultural thing.
I mean, honestly, I do think it's because they're children, and I feel like you can see a similar but different version of that with someone like Guitar Hero Styles, with like all of the all of the Spanish kids on YouTube. Like, obviously, they're going to blindly follow who they.
You know what I think a lot of it is too? I think a lot of it is that like they don't have the mental capacity to know or care either. Like as fucked up as this is about to sound, they don't care that he raped somebody. Like they literally cannot process the situation.
It's just
Like all they
Banana.
care about is
Crazy
like
to
seeing
see.
him beat Death Moon and just going, see. Like they don't care.
I mean,
about
honestly,
anything
like
else.
I can't be mad at them though, because at the end of the day, they are just like
Yeah,
kids
like
on
again,
YouTube.
like
Like they don't
yeah,
know
you're
about
right.
all of that stuff, so
they
it's hard to
probably
fault
just
them.
blind to it. I was a similar thing with the cheating, with Cyclic as well. Like
Oh yeah,
people
like
just did not
I
want to
don't want
believe
people to like think I'm just generalizing one person and one
that.
culture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Cyclic never hacked.
Cause like this happens like everywhere. Like Space UK. Remember the demonless thing? You are wrong. Remember
that was an
that?
incredible, yeah.
Cyclic. I mean, this happens all the time. Like Guitar. I don't know how much Guitar was a cheater more than he was like, just a
Did Guitar
fucking
cheat?
deplorable human.
Tosh
People
Deluxe
think he no clipped Bloodlust. Yeah, Tosh is another good one. Just
Tosh still hasn't,
a
like,
lot of like
confessed
random
to
Russian
anything.
people that
He
just
gets
like get away with it. 'cause,
there's like new evidence for him hacking Devil Vortex every year, and there are still people who like believe that it's legit.
yeah, it's like
Who-
why do you just? I feel like people that do that, like if they have the mental capacity to like think about the situation and like actually form an educated conclusion, I feel like they're purposefully being ignorant. There's just no way they're that stupid.
Yeah, no one can be a Tosh Deluxe fan in like 2024 as well. He's been out of the scene for a while. I kind of want to know what he's doing these days.
It's kind of funny, actually. Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. Remember how he would refute evidence just by being like, "You're dumb, you're stupid, get the fuck, like, what the fuck, like, who even are you?" Like, it was almost funny.
You
But,
know,
like,
if we
the way
never
he
made
did it was
Noctiply
annoying.
Always
confess,
doing job.
if we
What?
never made Noctiply confess, I think there would still be people thinking he was legit or something to this day.
Nocta is another one. Yeah.
Not to,
Like,
yeah, I remember
people
that.
only started like before he confessed, we were getting shat on, if you remember, Blue. Like
It's like you don't want to believe it. It's like
people
the
hated
whole-
us. Like the majority of people were on Nocta's side.
Yeah, you're the
they-
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. And then as soon as he confessed, because we were pressuring him for ages, everyone was like, "Oh, you're so brave to confess. Oh, we can't be mad at you."
Like, what?
but
What
you would
is
not-
that
if
shit?
if it wasn't, it's not like Andromeda where like he like actually felt guilty and confessed. Like
Nocta
we
just didn't
pressured
give
him
a
and kept,
fuck.
yeah, we kept dumping evidence until he was like, "Oh, you know what? Fine, you're right. I hacked." And then he just gave up. That was literally it. Like he wasn't like, and this was the second time he had hacked too. Like he had. Yeah, like he had hacked before.
Because he like redeemed himself in everyone else's eyes.
Yeah, he redeemed himself. And this was the second time, and then people were like, "Oh, you can't be mad at him. He confessed." I don't know, man.
People
it was
that kind of
ridiculous.
forgiveness mentality is why this keeps happening. There's no like objective viewpoint for some people. They're just like, why are you empathetic? What? I don't understand.
It's so
Smithy,
crazy.
I hope you are as pure as diamonds, dude. Oh my god. No, I'm sure that there's no way they cheat. Don't age poorly, but there's no fucking way people like Zoink and Smithy cheat.
I imagine
Nexus,
if, like,
though, I have a theory.
Oh, wait,
Uh-oh.
he's a showcaser half the time anyway. He knows what he's doing.
I know
if
I
he's
say
cheating.
this, I've said this on some episodes, but that motherfucker could totally get away with it.
Oh, 100%. Like, he's in the business of doing fake
Like, dude,
replays.
he wouldn't give a fuck if he got unmodded for that. You think he cares?
He'd just go back to
Nexus
showcasing
is,
as well.
if you've ever talked to him back in the day, like, I'm sure he's like a different person now, but back in the day, he was the definition of I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was looking through some older group chats recently, and
Yeah, dude, holy
and
fuck.
I sent some screenshots to Blue, but like I never even realized it was Nexus until like I looked back through them. Like, wait a minute, that's Nexus? Like, and then it's like just this like it was such a gap from like what he is now and like the way he portrays himself on YouTube. I'm like, oh my god.
Do you want to hear the realest thing he's ever said in a group chat with me in it?
What?
We were talking, but we had like this group chat back when he was in a friend group called Boy, which was like ASU Lightning, Moosh. I don't know if I consider me in it.
I only
I was just
recognize like
there.
half these names.
Yeah, ASU Lightning, Moosh, Scorpion, people like that. If they ever hear this, they'll know. And Nexus was in it too.
Hmm.
And there was a group chat. We were talking about like friends and like people being fake and stuff. And he just casually says the realest shit I've ever heard. You know what he said? He just said, "I don't need friends. They are all fake." I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I'm like, I
You
like
okay?
having a social life, but holy shit, you are so real for that.
All of them.
Like,
He's never had a
what the
real
fuck?
friend.
And it's like, when you see
Poor
what he
guy's
does
been
now,
through
it's
some
like,
shit.
holy fuck, he's kind of like a man of his word. He doesn't even talk to like anyone, dude.
He's the
He just
true
stays in
single
his
male.
lane. He just fucking does whatever he does.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
mean,
even talk to people.
you never see him like talking on Twitter or anything. I don't think he even has it.
He
Does
does,
he?
but he never uses it. The only time he uses
Yeah.
it is like when he gets hacked or when he gets like a milestone.
Right.
He
Yeah,
unfollowed
no,
me, and I still think he should die for that. No,
100%.
no, I'm kidding.
Demonetized.
This probably won't get demonetized. I'm willing to bet it
Yeah.
won't.
There's nothing bad been said here, right?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
Yeah, we
no.
all justified.
Are the GD servers down? Nothing's downloading. Okay, whatever.
I think that
Rob Top is listening. Fuck you.
9 out of 10 times when someone says the servers are down, it's them. Or they got IP banned. They're
If
up
I
for
got
me.
IP
Oh,
banned
no,
for
they're not.
playing
They're down.
Silent
They're
Blood
down.
Averno, then that's crazy.
Wait, hold on.
Is it down?
Some of the servers are down. Oh no, they're half up, half down.
The blood
Okay.
chunk.
They're just slow.
Oh, we got way off track. No, that was funny though. All right, hold on. Let's get back.
Has anyone asked anything? What 3DS?
2.207 out.
3DS XL. Please add hide attempt counter. We talked about this. It's in the game.
Oh, can you
Uh,
explain to me what chunk of code was responsible for the iconic barrel rolling in the game?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. There was when you have the roll animation, like rotation animations in the game used to be really like weirdly implemented, and they were like they were these things called actions. So you'd add like a rotation action,
Yeah.
and that would like in the background the game engine would handle the rotation on its own. And when it came to 2.1, or was it 2.1 when it was patched?
Yeah.
The rotate anytime you entered a portal, the rotation.
I think it
action
worked in 2.0.
stopped. Yeah, I think it did. But anyway, that action was just stopped when you entered a portal or changed game mode. So no more barrel roll. It just set your like rotation back to normal. So all I did was remove that line of code. That was it. And then I brought it
I'm
back in.
surprised the whole game doesn't just break when you remove stuff like that. Because like in my mind, I've always like been around thinking that like GD is just like held together by like band-aids.
No, it's actually decently made. I'm not going to say perfectly and brilliantly made, but it works quite well. But it's harder in 2. I haven't added it back because Rob Top completely redid like the rotation system just so he could have the 240 ticks per second thing being consistent and all that. So
now it's like really hard to re-add it.
It's just a lot worse, I think. I tried for like 12 minutes and then got bored and worked on something else. That's usually how
This sucks. I'm playing COD.
What COD?
No, I was making a joke
No.
about like you working and being like,
No,
this sucks. I'm gonna go play COD.
I wish I could play COD at the same time as modding, but sadly, if you open Cheat Engine and COD at the same time, COD closes
BattleEye
itself.
doesn't like that or whatever the hell they use.
No. There's so many times I've opened like Fortnite and it's told me off for having like IDA or Cheat Engine open. Just like ignore it. I'm not using it on Fortnite, so.
Dude, I feel like
I'm glad I don't get banned though.
I feel like a lot of people online don't give Cheat Engine enough credit for just how powerful of a tool it is.
People just think it's a memory search tool. It's so much deeper than that. I use it for all my mods because it's just goated. I think most people have moved on to like x64 debug and stuff, but Cheat Engine, it does everything I need, and I'll never. And it's free. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Most people don't have it these days, though. No one speed hacks to it.
I don't think a single human being has ever opened Cheat Engine to speed hack in the last 4 years.
It's crazy. It used to be that you used to open like a cheat engine bypass with open a
Yeah,
console or
yeah.
something. You'd open up cheat engine. Oh, those were the days. That was peak modding. Now it's like all integrated and
Back when
streamlined.
if you wanted to speed hack, you had to like play the level so perfectly, and if it was XL, you're gonna be there for a while.
Oh god, you are. And the audio is going to desync straight away.
Oh yeah, so you have to like edit it on top.
Yeah, and then all your pulses are off, so you can't get away with cheating.
Yeah, that's like going back again to like Psych. Like it's like, how did he do it?
How did it?
How did he do it so well?
I guess if you slow it down with the right changes, you can just.
Do you think he like found some random program on GitHub that could like slow down songs perfectly?
Maybe,
like sound
maybe
effects?
he did that. But as well, you've got to take into account that your hertz would affect how much
Yeah,
pulse.
he had 60, I think.
Oh, did he? Okay, so
Yeah.
he'd have to be precise with that. You'd get away with it if you're like on 144, but especially back in those days when no one knew what that is. Because it felt like there was like it was like gate kept for everyone. That Riot was on a 144 hertz monitor, and everyone else was
Do you
just.
remember when he
like,
hit his trail and people thought he was like cheating or something, and he was like, "No, I just
yeah,
wanted
well,
to
his
hide
trail
it."
was always cutting, so it has to be speed hacking.
Yeah, that was like the consensus,
It
which is like so funny now to think about.
But it makes sense back in the day because no one knew that what a high refresh rate monitor was, and then
Google
like
made a video about the way the physics worked, like depending on frame rates, like a couple years ago. So it's
Yeah.
like people also just completely didn't understand that. Like, as far as I understand, feel free to correct me. Like higher refresh rate essentially made the physics lighter,
something
like for ship and stuff, or it
it
made it
would
feel lighter, and it made the
because
drop time
less
like
input delay.
Yeah, it was mainly the input delay and the fact that like, you know, obviously there's more precision, so it's like when you release, it doesn't, let's say, round up to the next 60th frame. It's so you release sooner or you click sooner, so the movement starts earlier. Yeah, and the precision makes it feel lighter.
That's why CBF is like so good because the precision is like not 1-to-1, but as good as you can get.
I mean, yeah, it's at that point it's just dependent on how good your PC is.
Yeah, essentially. But
and how many frames you can render. Yeah.
The one interesting about the trail is the only reason it cut was there was just a limit to how many points like it could store, and that was it. So when you had like a high refresh rate monitor, because you had more ticks per second, you'd be storing more points for where the trail went. So then it would just like cut and reset.
That's interesting.
And so to bypass that, you just increase the number, and that's how the the frame bug fix, the trail bug fix worked.
That's really cool. How high have you had to go to? Like, has somebody emailed you and been like, trail cut doesn't work on 600 FPS?
I don't know. I don't think anyone complained about it. I think I just set it to a stupidly high number. Same with editor extension. That only like increases your editor by like 256 times or something. But no one's ever got far enough to complain. I feel like if you get to that point, you're gonna run into other issues with like rounding and.
You know what that made me remember about?
What?
I want to do this more because it's funny. Just fucking doing this casually. When do you know what Omega by Mindcap is? It's just one of his levels. Penita is the first part in it, and I was playtesting some of it like way back in the day, and I remember setting my like FPS to like 600. And like I was dying on a physics bug on his part, and so I DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, there's a 600 FPS bug in your part. Can you fix that, please?" And I forgot what he said. He said something like, "We're not." I forgot what he said, but he was just like, "Huh?"
Why the fuck?
He was something like, "People don't play on NASA supercomputers." Something like that.
He is so bad.
I feel like with CBF and stuff though, like it's not as like funny anymore. Because it's like, we'll just use bypass, dude.
Yeah, and it's like more consistent with CBF as well than like physics bypass or the FPS bypass.
I wonder if anyone's ever gaslighted Sizzy into thinking that like there's a huge bug with CBF.
It doesn't work.
Has
I
anyone
don't
ever
know.
like just like tried to do that with mega hack cheats? Just been like, hey, this doesn't work, and like created a whole. I don't know why you would do this. Some literally psychopath
There
shit.
was one guy that was like a consistent troll, and he'd always. I had this like GitHub issues page, and he'd always come up like that, and he acted like a 10-year-old. He might have been 10 years old, but he'd just be so annoying, and like, I don't even know what he'd do, but he'd always come back. He'd create like a billion alts, and you'd know it was him because he spoke the exact same way. He'd be like, he'd either chat shit or whatever, but eventually he just went away because he got bored or whatever. But there's nothing you could do to stop him. I don't even know what he was even doing. He's just irritating. He was like a classic internet troll.
What happens when
I'm
you give
glad-
like an 8-year-old an iPad?
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that most days.
Jesus. I wonder how
Yeah,
many
it's no
emails you get from from Cheeto finger kids, just like sending like emojis and spam because like, oh
I
my
get
god, I
that.
found his email.
And then it's like sent from my iPad or something.
Yeah, because like nobody fucking removes that.
No one does.
I'm gonna send
It's-
professional NASA emails off like a fucking iPod. So it's like my resume, then it's like sent from my iPod.
That's such a power move.
Oh my god. I want to send a ballot in by like an iPod email.
Oh, iPod Touches, they were so good. We need to bring them
I
back.
thought about buying one because like
What for?
I refuse to pay for YouTube Premium. And
Yeah, that's
I like
fine.
the music app because it has songs that aren't on like Apple Music, Spotify.
Oh, I'm a like YouTube Music is like my favorite streaming service that I've ever used, and I'm saying that currently using Spotify as my main streaming service.
Like my parents
just-
pay for Apple Music, but like it's missing a lot of stuff that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
So I'll go on YouTube
Premium
Music and
has
I'll be
everything.
driving, and like
Mm.
an album will play and like ads will always play, man. And like I
Oh,
don't look away
no.
from the road, but like I have muscle memory to know exactly where skip
So
ad
look-
is. So like while looking at the road, I take my right hand off the wheel and just skip the ad in like 2 seconds.
You
And
know,
of
you know the
course, it's
solution
like-
I found,
Yeah.
especially because for iOS there's no like YouTube Advanced or anything.
Yeah,
What's it called? Brave, like the browser
browser.
Brave. Yeah, the
Yeah.
app itself has like a built-in ad blocker that if you play YouTube videos, it actually works. So that's what I
Yeah.
started using when I'm driving. Like I literally just play YouTube playlists on Brave, and there's no
You
ads.
can also get like just Safari extensions, and they'll just block ads for you as well.
You
Yeah,
know what I
but-
feel like
But I
might
just
work
bought
too?
Premium.
Does anybody know
What?
what Puffin browser was?
That's an old browser. That
Yeah,
rings a
I
bell.
remember I would use it. I would also use the Chrome app for stuff like this to like schedule tweets on mobile because you still can't do that.
Can you not?
Unless they changed it, you've never been
I-
able to do it.
I don't think I've seen that.
Like on the
That's crazy.
app, you literally just can't do it. I don't know why.
That's insane.
And so like I would use the Puffin app to do that, and because the Puffin app would like the Puffin browser, it would give you like the desktop interface, but like on a mobile app. And so I just thought that was cool. And I remember I forgot what I was using it for. I think there was like some website or something, some utility that like didn't work that well on like phone interfaces.
Oh yeah.
And so I
You
used
said
Puffin.
that
I don't
before.
remember what it was for though.
I remember Reddit wouldn't let you access it.
But like
all the settings weren't
yeah.
when you did that.
I bring that up because I wonder if you can get like uBlock Origin on it,
Oh,
and then
not
play
not
YouTube
on
videos like
iOS.
that, or on like the Chrome
Definitely
app.
not on iOS. Yeah, maybe on Android, but you could because iOS or browsers have to use WebKit. You can't get like Chrome extensions.
I've thought about getting Android just to get rid of the ads because I hate ads. Dude.
yeah.
I think
You need to
everybody
invest in
hates
YouTube
ads.
Premium. Everyone hates ads. It's awful.
And I'm saying that as a YouTuber, if you can count me as a YouTuber.
That's how you
But
get
no,
your
Blue, I would recommend you just try using Brave because it's like
Dude, Azzy recommended me YouTube Vanced like years ago, and this like the second I was about to like actually get it, it was no longer supported for iOS at the time or something like that.
Can you not get it through like Alt Store or something like that?
I'm sure there's a way. I'm just lazy.
Mm.
Like getting like a not APK, whatever the fuck it is on iOS.
Yeah, IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I did that for the 2.2, like to test out things in 2.2 before it came
like
out.
the 2.2 GDPS things.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
found so many stupid bugs. And actually RobTop fixed some of them because I posted them
Yeah,
on Twitter.
RobTop Pro. I remember he striked down one of my videos for something like that.
What?
But it must have been so good for bug fixing, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
What did he
it
strike?
was an unlocked Sub-Zero mod where you could get all the new stuff. That's the only time he's ever striked one of my videos.
That would
personally.
make me anxious. It's like, he could
I was
literally just
terrified.
delete my channel.
Yeah, all my videos have geometry dash in. I could be a goner.
I think he knows now that like if he did that, people would really not be happy.
I'd be fuming as well, because that's how I get my engagement. I don't know how to release another mod. Well, Twitter, I guess, but
Fuck Twitter.
still. It's where I have all my followers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say it must have been like 7 years ago now. Oh, God.
So I feel like there's no way he would do that again, unless you're like leaking
No.
2.3 or something.
Oh yeah, unless
And
I'm like doing it.
he has like a legal right.
Yeah, but it'd just be, especially now everyone's using Mega Hack as well.
Yeah, I feel like there would be outrage.
Yeah, and I'd be annoyed because you're not
RobTop,
only stealing my mod.
honestly, he could probably kill somebody and get away with it, as in a sense of like reputation. Like it's because like if GD play, like people aren't gonna stop playing GD if he like decides he wants to commit murder. Are you kidding me? Like, dude,
Hey, I'd play more GD.
He could be like in like federal. He could be in like a federal trial for like being a serial killer, and people would still like beat demon.
They just
List
make
levels.
memes
Like,
about
who
it
even
and then
cares?
like pretend that.
Yeah, like always posts get like downvotes, and like all his levels get comments like "lol murderer," like it's like
lol murderer.
LMAO, how's jail? The servers go down after he forgets to like renew his PHP thing, and then the game just dies.
Well, no, I mean, there would be private servers, but it would definitely.
Dude, that is such a funny scenario. The game gets the fucking servers die because he gets like convicted for murder, and so like now like it's just like a wasteland of like random private servers, and now like Vibrant creates one that gets taken over, and now he has like acquitted a group of people.
Honestly, I feel like if that did happen, he would like give Viperin some kind of
he'd phone him in from jail, being like, "It's time."
I think you'd trust Viperin enough to actually do that. If that something like that ever did happen. Do you think he has something like in his will, like if he just dies inexplicably, for like Viperin to take over?
Do you think Viperin gets even a penny of that money?
Surely Viperin gets paid, right? Right.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I doubt it.
He is
no way.
He's like his main man.
Do you think they've like
GD mod is volunteer work?
What?
Do you think they've met up in real life before? Because they're like only like a country apart. They're both in Scandinavia.
Oh yeah, yeah. Surely.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they're like, and they've been like best buds for like 8 years or whatever.
Something.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the only guy with that kind of contact. I mean, I can't. No one else comes to mind.
RobTop isn't. I'm glad he's easier to contact now. Like, if you really, really needed to contact him, you could get a mod to like maybe like be like, hey, is. I mean, and it helps like in our position, right? Because like we have the obvious advantage of having easily available access to that connection, but if you're like a nobody, like.
You still have the public server as well.
How would you contact RobTop in 2018 and get him to respond? Go.
I would email his personal email that I found off of.
And now it's just a matter of if he responds.
Yeah. No. Now he joined the GD programming Discord server, and
nice.
He was like there was a lot of people having conversation. I was one of them with him there, and that was quite nice. And it felt nice to be kind of recognized. He probably. Let me check actually. But it was GD programming.
I think he is.
He's Yeah, he's in. He's in. When did he join Geode? That's crazy.
So now he's in Mod Chat, and he's in that server. He's in Geode, and he's in GDS.
he's in Globed as well,
Oh,
and
Globe, yeah.
and Collar.
I'm glad he's actually interacted. This is old news, but I'm glad
That's
he's
sick.
interacting.
He's in. Yeah, I didn't know he was in Globed. That's sick. That's nice. I
think
found
he joined
the
and was like,
video.
"Hello."
Also, I found the video he took down. It wasn't Sub-Zero. It was GD World. It's so.
I remember Vibrant saying they haven't met IRL, but he says they want to do it eventually.
Nice.
Look, I know that he's a busy. They're both busy people.
Robtop's got a
I
family.
feel like they got hella free time though at the same time.
I mean, Robtop works on his own clock. He spent 7 years.
It's hard to be
making this
motivated
episode.
when you do that.
Yeah, I've had that.
Our
I
productions aren't on the scale of like that many millions of dollars and like, you know, mansions, Cadillacs, personal gyms. We're not quite at that level where like we know like
Not quite.
literally everything will fall apart if you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like your stability will go away. That
thing
motherfucker's
is-
loaded, but
Yeah.
your game will die.
Robtop, but the thing with GD is like the game just keeps itself alive. He could just keep it on 2.2 forever, and it would be fine.
He could stop rating levels for a week and it would be fine.
Yeah,
Like maybe
people
daily
would
chat
like-
would like be like, "Where is he? Is he dead?" But he'd just be like, "Oh my, sorry, I was on vacation." Do you think he rates levels on vacation?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Do you think he brings
I'm
like a
surprised there's not
laptop
more
with
of that
him and
on-
like just?
Yeah, it probably takes like 10 minutes out of his day. I'm surprised
Yeah,
though he
probably.
doesn't give that privilege to anyone else. Like,
I'm
just in
so
case.
surprised he doesn't do that.
That's like it's like the most obvious
He
thing. I'm
could,
sure he
like-
has his.
I wonder when the last time is. Like sometimes he'll go like a day or two without rating stuff. But like I wonder like what's the longest period of time in the last 9-10 years that he's went without rating something.
It has to be less than a week, right? There's
That's what
there's
I'm guessing.
these
It's
bots
probably like
that's
4 days.
Yeah.
He does
imagine.
not take many days off.
I'm sure it's part of his like morning routine or something.
Maybe he gets his wife to do it. Like, hey, just
or his kids. He's got kids now, right?
whatever
But
you
yeah,
do,
you wanna-
don't touch this. Don't you don't
Oh, God.
you don't give a kid something that tempting. That is a
maybe that's why like there's
maybe that's why
randomly
random
really
shit gets rated.
yeah like randomly there'll be the occasional like how the hell did this get rated kind of level. It's
And
just like
and he's like,
it's
what?
just his
Oh
kids.
no! And he's like
He's
too
gonna need to
embarrassed
keep
to
his like
explain it.
computer on lock when his kid's conscious enough to figure out what's going on.
His password is probably Vault or something.
I mean, honestly, I'd say my biggest criticism of Robtop is that he refuses to get help from anyone. Like, not only for the rating. Honestly, the rating is like one of the lesser
and
things.
development.
Yeah, the development is the main one. And
I
remember
understand why he doesn't know, because like it's his own thing. I don't want other people touching Mega Hack because it feels like it's my child.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Although he did give an excuse once, and I thought it was kind of like obviously
Yeah.
not a good. He said something like it would be too hard to like teach people how to when that doesn't even make sense because everyone
thing
making mods
Yeah,
have to deal with the way like they have to like use hooks
There's a
and
whole
like
class of people that know this stuff.
yeah, no, the way they have to do like mods is way more complicated than if you just had the source code. Like they have to
Yeah.
use hooks. They don't have access to like everything. It's like way more overcomplicated, and still people are coming up with all these mods. So
You have
it's not
to,
a
like,
matter
know
of coaching,
how the game
really,
works. Yeah, there's so many people he could hire, but I just don't think he
and
wants
for
to.
free too. Like I know so many people who would do it. Like they wouldn't even want to get paid. They just want to like. Do
I mean, he already
something.
has a team of mods.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
do
exactly. It
literally
would be
all
the
that
same
shit
thing.
for free.
Yeah, and it's not like he has a tight schedule he needs to keep updates to either.
Yeah, like he
So-
could just wake up at like 4 a.m. every day and it would be fine.
That makes sense. Someone asked if I thought of making Geo's Mega Hack Recolor mod official. I don't let people choose their own specific colors because they choose ugly colors that make the menu look like shit. So you get that nice like curated
Oh yeah,
collection.
RGB
of, like,
mode.
10 colours. Yeah, no, not allowed. You get the 10 colors I
RG
give you and use that.
Photoshop outer glow on all
Oh
of it.
god. Oh god. No. Someone would use that unironically as well.
Oh, I have an interesting question.
Mm.
Have you ever seen like a competitor mod menu and seen a feature in it that you were like, "Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
have that."
Ooh. Also, I felt like I have like a right to steal features from mod menus like that because that
I mean, like
50% of
yeah.
those menus are just mega hack. I know I'm like tooting my own horn here, but
Someone's writing a tweet right now like, "Oh, the ego on this guy."
you give me
Yeah,
credit
I
where
know.
it's due here. There's half of
You
these mods
fucking
I
like
did first.
basically created hitboxes being visible.
Yeah, and
Nobody had
Starbucks,
Created
any
hitboxes.
idea
No
how
one
they
had.
worked.
Before Absolute, there was no such thing as hitboxes.
I was so happy when I made that mod, and then other things like Star Plus switches, smart Star Plus, practice
Why is that
music
not
hack.
in the game? Like,
Scroll through the
I
level.
don't know. That seems. I thought
Yeah.
that was when Rob was like doing those bug fix updates and stealing features from Mega Hack. That was like next on the list.
That was
And I
like
was like,
one of the best
ooh.
things you've done, honestly.
I think
Like-
it's my favorite. Like,
Yeah,
it's the
I
most-
literally got Mega Hack for 2.2 purely because of that. Like, I don't really use it for anything else. I only use
Yeah.
it for Start Post Switcher.
If I released Star Plus switcher as a separate mod, I'm sure my sales would have tanked. So it's
Yeah.
staying here.
how
It-
hard
Yeah,
was
that's
it to even implement visible hitboxes?
It wasn't actually too difficult. There's the game lets you read into hitboxes quite easily. Slopes were the worst thing. The code for that's really jank. But I don't actually technically get like I don't read the hitboxes specifically. I just kind of draw what I think is the hitbox for slopes, and it's pretty accurate.
Accurate
I
enough.
think. Yeah. The one thing that's wrong is the sloped spikes that are like you
Wait,
see them in
which
like
one?
Death Moon and stuff. The sloped black spikes. They have weird
Oh, yeah,
hitboxes
yeah.
with the wave, and I haven't looked into that properly, and that's like the one wrong thing with it. That's about it.
Okay, I can't be bothered to check right now, but I am wondering that Mega Hack does have like all of the info, like X position, Y position, all that stuff.
Yeah, the meta,
Okay.
the meta.
Because I remember like a while ago, this was in 2.1 before you added it. I really wanted that to be a thing because
Mm,
I was I needed that info for certain things I was doing, and
I-
it would have been yeah.
was it not in because RobTop added something like that? He added what is it, the info label? But it's you don't get a choice of what you show. It just shows everything.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot to. He can take a lot from Mega Hack, and just like it'll get praised for it as well. And I
Yeah.
think he should really. It'll
Yeah.
put pressure on me and other mod developers to create more new mods, because half half the stuff I've just been doing the past year is re-adding old mods to Mega Hack. I need new
Worked out
things
pretty
to
well
do.
so far.
It has, and I'm not complaining. Oh,
Are there any
another one.
things-
Jump scare. That was
Oh yeah.
it. Yeah, go on.
Are there any things that you really want to implement, but for some reason just can't? Has there been anything like that you've thought about doing, but like it is just like you just can't do it
It's like too
for
much or
whatever
can't be
reason?
asked. I'm just like Mega Hack Mobile is the big one. What else? I'll just look on my to-do list. Auto music sync. I know I added that back recently, but it doesn't because of how like 2.2 levels can go backwards and sideways and all that to get the correct position. That's ridiculous. So it's only like a half-baked implementation at the moment, but getting that to work on all 2.2 levels would be trust me. Yeah.
Get an AI to play the level, and then it can tell.
I was thinking of I need to use like calculus and shit to figure it out. I
Oh,
was
God.
like drawing up. I know maths.
Oh,
I
no.
was drawing up like how I get this to work, and I might get to it, I might not. But right now, at least it works on like classic 2.1 levels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. There was a pitch shifter extension. Have you ever thought about adding that in?
The pitch shifter.
Yeah.
I
There's a
added
geode
picture.
mod that's pretty good for it, but yours was better,
Oh,
honestly.
but yeah, the different because the difference is mine uses Fmod, which is like the built-in audio engine for GD, and when that pitch shifts, you lose quality for some reason.
I
But
know.
the extension changed the MP3 file directly, I think.
I don't want to like bash Zanny when I say that yours was better, but I'm gonna say why to not sound like a dick. So his is good, but you can only do it in I think 4 semitones at a time, which isn't an issue. You can just do it multiple times. But yours went up to like an octave, and
Yeah,
I
I
thought
could
that
do an
was just like a slightly more convenient. Unless he's
I
updated
could
the
have
mod, I
gone
don't
further
know.
than that because Fmod lets you have these things called DSPs, which are just like effects you add on to like the
Yeah.
audio channels. I could have stacked more and gone up, like you could go to 5 octaves if you wanted to,
That would
and
have
I did
been.
have that implemented, but that also stacks the degradation in quality. So I just
I
decided,
think I think the geode mod pitch shifter also lowers the quality. I think it's just a byproduct
yeah,
of it,
it's just
maybe,
how
or
it
just like some kind
works.
of compression thing.
Unless you refactor the audio engine in some way, I'm pretty sure that it's just impossible to do it directly through Fmod. So that's why it works like that.
Interesting.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you usually
No,
just throw it in Audacity. I mean, convenience is pretty convenient.
exactly. Yeah. People have asked for like different measurements other than octaves, but I don't know why. Octaves seem pretty
Pretty
standard.
impractical, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so I've fucked around with like octave pitching songs, and one really funny one is the Abyss of Darkness song, because there's a part where somebody goes like and like it literally sounded like a baby crying at the drop of the level,
that's
and like I
terrifying.
fucking lost my shit. So it's got some pretty funny implications, but I don't think
should
any
add,
of it's like practical.
profiles
I think
for
it's all just for like, funny.
it. Oh yeah. I mean, half the mods that seem to do best are like the ones that are like just funny. Like like the transition customizer. People love that, and especially jump scare. That was going crazy for like a few weeks on.
Are you able to
on
insert
Twitter.
an image on that? Because I've never done it.
Yeah. Whenever you open Mega Hack, if the image isn't there in resources, it creates an image and audio file.
Is it originally
also,
that ghost?
Yeah, it's that ghost. It's just like some clip art. Also, the audio is just taken from the COD's Warzone.
Dude, for
2020.
Christmas, can you make it so that it's the Grinch or something for the default?
I should just turn it on for everyone as well.
Dude,
Oh my God.
you would get so many emails.
People would be fuming.
What the hell? Help!
There'd be one guy that would probably just like get murdered from having a heart attack as well. So I'm not after that. I'm not after a lawsuit.
They can't sue you. He's dead.
So true.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Probably the same guy that got his Pepsi.
I hope he got his Pepsi though. I really do.
Oh yeah, I hope
wonder
so.
how he's doing these days.
I hope he put it in the mini fridge and like forgot about it, and then was like, oh yeah, like he went to go play GD again and he had no Mega Hack, and then he was like, oh yeah.
That's better than putting it in a drawer and it going moldy.
I mean, the mold will strengthen his immune system. It's fine.
That is so true. Exposure therapy. Yeah,
I don't recommend that.
I'm sure it works. It's like
I think it depends on the mold.
vaccine. Yeah, but
I don't think you want to die.
I don't want. You're not going to die. You're not going to have too much of the mold, are you?
Okay. Fuck. Google, can you do something for me? Can you look up just how dangerous the mold from like Pepsi is?
Okay.
Very specific Pepsi mold.
I feel like
can you drink
varies.
the forbidden Pepsi mold?
Oh,
dude, I feel so bad if somebody's eating right now listening to this.
And you get sick from drinking moldy soda. Yes, drinking mold can cause health issues such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, and skin rashes.
Skin rashes.
Oh no!
Apparently, that's just you becoming the mold
on bread. You know when like bread goes moldy,
yeah,
and it looks like it's only one place. So my girlfriend used to just like cut it off and eat the rest of the
No,
bread.
the
But
mycelium.
it grows on the inside. Like
It's, yeah, like
you
you
are
just can't
getting
see
there.
it. It's
Just
the
a
same with
Quora
cheese.
question. I accidentally drank cherry coke with mold in it. Am I going to be okay?
No. I mean, if it's a bit of mold, I'm sure you're fine.
So you're telling me you've never wanted to just take a good old scoop of algae?
Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it?
Isn't algae like
Yeah.
one of the most important life forms on the planet?
Yeah, it produces like a good chunk of the oxygen. And people
I'm gonna
only
eat
think
it
about
all.
shit.
Eat all the algae.
It's
Sorry, no
bulking
more
season.
oxygen. I got hungry.
Bulking season.
Did you say it's bulking season? Whole milk, algae, eggs, dude. Let's
How much protein is in
go.
algae?
Mold is a fungus. Fungi have roots. Well, that's not true. No. Yeah. We're just gonna refute that. We're
They're
pretending
like
that guy didn't say
60%
it.
protein as well. You're like,
Like
that's a
fungi?
good source. Algae.
Oh. Can you even? Is there some algae that you can eat?
Probably.
I'm sure. Yeah, surely. You can
They
eat
probably have,
anything.
like,
if you
funny
I mean,
names.
there's a lot of like, yeah, you can eat seaweed, so I'm sure you can.
I mean,
eat
there was that
algae.
French guy that
Yeah.
literally ate a plane.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
What's
that's
that
what-
condition called where you can
Of
like eat
course,
anything?
he was French.
Pica.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Pica. Yeah.
I don't even understand how that's possible.
I think this is just it's just some kind of like weird genetic.
We can't
thing.
predict the weather, but people can eat metal.
Are those two like even remotely related?
No, they're not similar at all. I love when people say that because it's like, well, you got to think about what weather is. Like, it's literally just a bunch of different wind, like things of wind, a bunch of different patterns. Like, it's impossible to predict it.
It's
It's
too many
technically
variables.
not impossible. It's just
Borderline.
well, yeah. I mean, with our technology, it is impossible, but like it's technically possible if you knew. I guess. I mean, if you knew like the velocity and momentum of like every particle,
Yeah,
you could,
that's the
unless
issue.
there's like weird quantum stuff that makes it weird. So I don't know. Even then, I don't know if you could do it. But for the most part, you could probably get it pretty accurately for a long while into the future.
Absolute. Have you ever eaten mold?
Probably.
Nice tangent.
Oh no, I was just, this is important. We'll do
Probably.
some phone ins in like 5 minutes. or
I
something.
drank a bit of mold the other day. My I hadn't cleaned my soda stream bottle out in a while, and you
Dude,
can't
I
get
need
to
to
the
do
bottom
that
of
too.
it. But it's impossible to clean the bottom of it.
Yeah,
so
you can't
I
get in it.
I ended up getting a metal straw and like scraping it off like that.
Oh my
And
god, it's like barnacles
was
off
good.
the bottom of a boat.
It kind of worked, and I probably got most of it. But you know, a little mold can't
Do you
hurt
think
you, can
barnacles would crunch like chips? All right, we're moving on.
it?
What even are
Is there any chat
barnacles?
questions? I was
Are there
just
any
gonna ask.
sailors in here?
Are any sailors in the chat? Type 1 if you're a
Do
sailor.
we have anybody in the chat that is that has the job of scraping barnacles off boats?
Look at the Wikipedia. I'm reading the first sentence. I only understand like half the
Aren't there
word.
like fish that eat barnacles off of like whales or something?
Yeah, there's because they grow on them, right?
Yeah. Can we like ask the fish? What they...
Whale here. Reddit if it was just like the ocean, like r/land, r/land, and it's full of conspiracy theories. They probably still believe in Pangea.
Pangea is real.
No,
Pangea.
but like it was real. You know what I'm saying? They probably think it's like
Yeah.
still a thing.
Have you seen the extended lore of the flat Earth? Like the one where it goes past the ice wall and there's
It's
just like
crazy.
Yeah, like the firmament or
There's
whatever.
like you know, and then past that it's like Atlantis. There's like the Norse mythology there for some
These
reason.
people just
Oh,
need
like
to
yeah,
play
like
some Dungeons and
Asgard is
Dragons.
there.
Yeah, as like what? Like that can't be like serious. That has to be like just a joke.
I think a lot of flat earthers are trolls.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean,
Like,
there's
I
the whole
mean,
Poe's law
A
thing.
lot of them are trolls.
There was that Netflix documentary where they tried to prove the flat was Earth like twice, and both times they proved it was curved.
Oh, yeah.
What even is their explanation for like bridges that take into account the Earth's curvature? Like, what even is their evidence to refute that?
The engineers are in on it. They're like actually lying about the.
Man, I hope
Yeah, right.
I hope there's like a popular figure that's a flat earther, because I'll get him on like right now.
Do you know? Oh no, I thought you meant just like
wait!
celebrity.
I'm friends
Wait, is
with
there one?
Jeranism on Discord. We need to
Who?
get Jeranism on a podcast.
Just a flat earth debate for an
Oh,
hour
yeah,
and a half.
he's like, okay, he's like some flat earther that I sent a friend request on Discord in 2016. He has like 200,000 subscribers, and for some reason
my
he
God.
accepted it.
Yeah, you gotta get him on.
Yeah, and your profile
Yeah.
picture was like the NASA
Research.
white, or
Yeah,
like blue marble.
he's live right now. Or wait, he's live right now.
Wait, what?
Oh
Is
my
he?
God! Yeah, get him on. Get into it. Come on.
Yeah, invite him to the server.
He thinks it's like a flat earth debate. Question 1: have you ever tried to eat mold? I wonder if there's any GD players who are flat earthers. Like the closest person to that is like
Probably Waddy. Waddy's like a flat earther.
What did Waddy do?
what he did was everything.
Yeah,
Is he just like he just believes in anything?
No,
He's
he's
like-
okay. We've talked about this off stream, but Kugo and I have the most knee-slappingly funny conversations about this. I don't know what Kugo, take it away.
I don't know. Like, he's been in the GD community since like forever. You know, I've known about him since 2016, and he's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this stereotypical just.
I know
Chud.
I remember exactly what your words were.
What were they?
It
Like,
was
well,
it was
I-
something like
Like, he's consistently wrong. Like, you know, every other person I've ever seen in my life, you know, the clock is right, the broken clock is right twice a day thing always applies. Like, even the people who I think are the stupidest people on the planet have made points I'm like, yeah, I agree with. Every single context I've ever seen Waddy in, he's just always like saying the most brain dead thing I've ever seen. Like,
we're talking about
consistently.
Waddy Bang Bang, by the way, if anyone knows who that is. People
Yeah.
started
Waddy Bang
attacking
Bang.
Boy
That's
of the
such a
Cones because
stupid name.
Waddy thought he sent him a virus link. Yeah, see? No, but like I remember like you also followed that up with like, I literally don't understand how he is just like literally the most annoying person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he is like I
Like
I
trolling,
have a lot of
potential
ways to describe
trolling
it.
implications aside, like holy shit.
It has to be people like that, surely.
No, Waddy is not
I
a
don't
troll.
believe
Like
these
I
people are-
like he's one of the few people I know that's like this who isn't a troll. Like, he's actually just that
I feel like if he was a troll,
bad.
he'd had to have gotten tired of it by now.
And the worst part is it's like I see him like once every 2 years, and every time I see him he just has not changed. Like, he's just always the same. Saying like just the worst stuff ever. Like, I have never agreed with a thing he says once.
Oh my god. Like, how are you so
Crazy.
hilariously wrong?
Yeah.
Is he ever like confident as well?
Oh no, he is. Yeah, he is. He's confident with
How can you
everything
be
he
so
says.
confident but so wrong at the same time?
People like that have to be confident, otherwise no one listens to them.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. There was one other guy, not even comparable to him, but he was just like a funny troll. Do you remember Zoklev?
No. Was he like GD?
Yeah,
I
so
don't
he was
think
like so the thing with the gimmick with him is that he thought that Sonic Wave was literally the hardest thing ever created by man. And like I remember Wave, I remember like we would DM him about stuff and something obviously way harder would be in the works and he'd be like Sonic Wave is harder, and then that's where we're like, oh, he's just trolling.
Surely.
But like the way he did it was like kind of funny. Like, imagine just going around and being like, Sonic Wave is literally the hardest level ever And like any level you bring up, like all you have to say is just no. Sonic Wave is harder. Like that's all you have to fucking say. Like that's funny. But then like there's
That's
Waddy where it's
dedication.
just like holy shit. Like
How are you real?
Like you can't even really describe him. It's just if you know, you know. Like it's ridiculous.
I don't think I could associate myself with someone like that.
it's actually so impressive. I don't even know what to say about it.
It's just like someone just like they're so mind-boggling. You can't even like describe them.
Yeah, it's a mixture of just like someone who's really annoying and insufferable, but also mind-blowingly stupid and just consistently wrong about everything he's ever said.
This
Old
poor
Meta Man
guy's just
Z
getting
was just kind of
slammed.
like Old Meta Man Z wasn't bad. The worst thing Meta Man did, as far as I'm aware, is create a fund to get a 240 hertz monitor, and then he just lied and started bypassing.
The 480 FPS, by the way. He beat
Dude,
everything on 480.
That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna. Like
He just
literally,
kept
just
running
like
with it.
I mean, it's fucked up. He's lying like about getting money, like it's a false promise. But like just the way it is on paper, is just kind of hilarious. Like
It's
Yeah.
not
I
even-
need
it's not
money
even
for
trying to,
240
like,
hertz, and then the second he reached the goal, he just started bypassing. Like, imagine if a top player did that, like Zoink or something. Need money for like the new 360 hertz monitor, got it,
They do like
started bypassing.
500 hertz these days. It's crazy.
Yeah, like a 500, whatever. What is it? Like 520 hertz, something, 526.
Yeah, they're like 500 quid. Jesus.
Imagine if
But-
like Zoink did that. All right, free
I-
$500. Start bypassing.
Well, we got a CBF now. Does it even matter?
Yeah. All right, a
Oh,
couple more
actually-
things before we move on to the phone ins, and then we got to get
Oh,
out of here
yeah.
because it's been 3 hours. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh my god, it has.
What was the process like of making your own GD bot? Because we all bought stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't have a lick of an idea of how to
Honestly-
actually create something that is even capable of making bots.
It was probably one of the most interesting processes, like modding wise, because there had been like so many bots for so long. There was so much like research into it already. So I was just learning stuff. Alex, he's at I think his Syncos. He was like a huge help.
Oh yeah.
Just like about this botting stuff, and I just all you have to do essentially to create the perfect bot is get practice mode to work perfectly, as in no matter where you like respawn from, the level is in the exact state it was when you placed the checkpoint. That's the main caveat, and then apart from that, you just record the frame where a click down or a click up happens, and then you just replay it. That's all it is essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And practice fix like that made or broke a bot.
that was the worst back in the day when like bots would just
was.
break.
I mean, they still do, because the only perfect practice fix that's ever existed was Ybot, and everything
Yeah.
else is accurate.
I
but
mean,
not
I
as-
think OBOT was pretty good and XDBot because they're like forced position or whatever.
yeah,
Instead
I
of
was gonna
like
say,
instead of being like a macro.
like true. That's
I
I do
feel
want to
like-
add those options back, just because like people would rather the convenience some of the time as well.
I guess
By
it
the way,
depends
I
on what
fe-
you're botting.
I
Go ahead.
feel
Yeah.
like the next kind of evolution for bots, at least in terms of convenience, should be something like a UI for editing a bot. If
Yeah,
I mean, either change a level or if it messes up, instead of having to like open the file in Notepad and find like the frame of the click and then change it and change how long you're
That
right.
shit was
Like that's
I
a pain.
started something like that back when I was making the bot, but it was going to be so much work. I just
Yeah.
stopped. It was too much.
I feel like that'd have to be its own independent like
I-
mod that someone makes.
I think just perfecting practice bug fix is like a much more like enjoyable thing to do, but it's difficult. No one is technically done it. Ybot only works because it like just like save states of the game. I'm pretty sure. so it just like saves the memory, and then when you respawn, it like restores everything to where it was. Which that's why it's perfect, but it's not like a classic practice bug fix, like in the sense of just like copying the variables you need and restoring them.
Makes sense to me. I'm in my tiny little meatball brain trying to comprehend.
There's so much to this. I don't know what people do and don't know.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, by the way. I don't think you're ready for this.
I'm ready for anything.
All right, hold on. You have the stream open?
Yeah. Oh no.
Do you want to explain this?
Oh, I know what you're.
I know the context already.
Why don't you have to get the Apple Watch? Apple Watch.
Do you want to explain yourself?
Should I explain it? I don't think I should. I think I should just leave it.
That makes it sound more incriminating.
Yeah.
This is like such a cop-out response, but I didn't actually type that tweet. I didn't even click send.
That's what I heard.
Not me. I would never.
You would never.
That's what I heard, but I feel like you were dared to, or like you guys were drinking as I did.
We were drinking. It was an ABBA night, and we were
for
out,
people listening in the background.
Happened.
For people who are unaware, this is a tweet that he made and then deleted, and it reads, "I really want to have my balls crushed right now." Hashtag I'm a pathetic little piggy.
Pathetic little piggy. Yeah.
That's what the tweet
reads.
What
a banger. What a banger, honestly. That tweet was up for no less than 3 seconds, by the way. 3.
I love the Apple Watch. Like, that is...
It was so funny.
There was another one. There was like 2 other ones.
There were 2.
I couldn't find them, though. I was going to bring the other ones up, but I just couldn't find them.
I can't believe, like... I just underestimated how many people had notifications on for me, I guess. But there's no way of getting out of that.
Do you think about that every time you like almost make a stupid tweet? You're like, wait.
Yeah, I've had to. I make sure I don't go on Twitter anymore when I'm drunk because bad things happen. I'm not risking that. I've definitely deleted a few more since, but
I wish I found the other ones because there's more.
There were some voice notes. There was honestly the anxiety you get from that is incredible. I don't think.
Did Rob ever? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I miss Twitter circles because then it was like a safe space for my drunk tweets. I just talked to my mutuals. Can't anymore. There we go.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. How long did it take for RobTop to patch passwords being sent over plain text?
Oh yeah, he well, it took till 2.2. I'm sure he patched it a lot quicker internally, but yeah, not until 2.2 was it patched.
So like you would change your password or like log in or something, and it would literally just send a plain text file to the server. Like
yeah,
how does that work?
So the servers were HTTP instead of HTTPS, so nothing was end-to-end encrypted. So anyone on your Wi-Fi could see it, which is so stupid. And like it's incredible there wasn't like a bug fix or like a patch or whatever to fix that because it's such a stupid security issue. There was technically encryption on it. There was he Zored it, which is like a Caesar cipher, and then he base 64'd it, which is just an encoding. But it's plain text, and that was cracked 9 years ago. It's public.
I heard that he hashes them in like MD5 now or something.
It's bcrypt, and the only reason we know it's bcrypt is because when there was the whole team hacks thing where the servers were hacked and all that, you could see the hashed passwords, and they're all bcrypt. Actually, someone asked about that earlier.
Did somebody?
About how I store passwords on my server or something, and yeah, I hash them because that otherwise everyone's if my website got hacked, that's everyone's password.
Dude, imagine if like MegaHack had a handle system, and then people started selling MegaHack accounts with rare names.
Imagine people already sell MegaHack accounts, so that would bring the value up.
How fucking broke do you have to be, dude? It's $5.
I just give me more money, please. Please.
Am I playing with a Rubik's Cube? Are you talking to me? Oh, you hear that button? That's an Xbox controller.
Oh, I had a Rubik's Cube. Was that
Oh,
me?
he does. I
I
mean,
was,
yeah.
I got a lot of Rubik's Cubes. I'm a fucking
You
nerd.
cuber?
Not really. I just have. I just enjoy them. I was back in like year 9 and 10, and then I brought them all up to my house in Nottingham. Oh, I doxed myself there.
Dude, back in like 2011, I bought the white like 7x7?
Oh, wait, white.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it was.
I got a V Cube 7x7.
Yeah, it's a V Cube.
Yeah, V Cube.
I had
yeah,
the white
yeah.
V Cube.
Yeah,
and
they
it
were.
literally fell apart.
I brought that to school once, and someone tried playing with it, and they turned it too hard, it broke. But
Yeah,
luckily,
that's what we
we
did.
stitched it back
And then
together.
like we were like, dude, I am not putting that back together.
It was
It's
a
so
pain.
difficult to put back together.
It actually is. I don't know where it is. I really enjoyed it. But they're also like not that harder than 5x5s. They're just like longer.
I'm gonna admit
That's
I
okay.
never learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
You had a 7x7 V Cube and you couldn't solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I learned it like pretty quickly. I learned it in like 15 minutes, but I already forgot how to do it.
No.
It's
just
not.
the last layer that's the tricky
I mean,
stuff.
back then when I
Yeah.
was that young, this was like 2011, 2012. I purposefully didn't look it up because I really wanted to try doing it myself.
Oh, trust
And like
me.
every
you're
time I
not
would get
figuring
kind
it
of
out.
far, learning it from scratch is impossible.
I don't know how you'd even figure that shit out. Memorizing algorithms is easy, and doing the first 2 layers, you can figure that out yourself if you put enough time to it, but not the third. What the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe if you're like good at topology, you could figure out
No, I'm not
how
good
the
enough for
logic
that.
works.
Yeah,
Well, I'm a
probably.
fish, so that's kind of insensitive.
My bad.
That's such
All
a
right, you guys ready to do some phone ins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do like maybe 5 or 6. So for
Yeah,
everybody listening, there is a pinned message in the chat that leads to a Discord server with a phone-in channel where you have the chance to be dragged in to the call, and you have a chance to ask absolute or whatever question you want, doesn't matter, for like a minute or 2. So we'll pick one. We'll pick some from the pool. I can't even read the names. I have to turn off streamer mode. All right, so I'm gonna drag in Shay first.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. How's it going?
Yeah,
Not
good.
bad. Not bad.
I have 3 questions. 2 are short, and then there's one that's like
That's
an
fine.
actual question. So the actual, I'm gonna start with the actual question is, if presented the opportunity, would you work for RobTop? Because I had asked HA Fought that, and he said like definitely yeah.
I don't know. Thing is, I would like to. I'd like to work on the game, but I also really like having like the freedom to like work whenever I want.
Autonomy.
Yeah, I think it would have to be. He'd have to strike up a pretty good deal. But I'm pretty happy working on mods like this, and then I don't have anyone to like respond to or follow. I'd probably say no, to be honest.
That's wow. Okay. That's an interesting answer. I wasn't expecting that. And then the other 2 are about Mega Hack specifically. I had to ask you this, the first one back in like 2022. Can you add Last Run back?
It is. Oh, Last Run. Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah. I remember. I just replaced Best Run with. I just replaced Last Run with Best Run because people prefer
I want
that.
both.
I don't know why I got rid of it. I don't know. They could have
I
both
think
existed.
you said that it was because it wasn't getting used or something like that.
So I'm gonna be
I'ma
honest.
use it.
That was like based off a feeling. I don't have any like telemetry data to back that up. But Best Run, I can add it back. I'll put that in my to-do list.
Yay! And then the other one was, why doesn't Best Run show like runs to 100 and repeated runs anymore? Because it did that in 2.1, but
repeated runs, I'm pretty sure I should be fixed now. The Best Run to 100 is just a bug. I need to fix that.
I see. All right,
Oh,
and that's pretty much all I got.
That's good. I'll get to those that bug especially because that's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for your time, guys.
Appreciate
Alright.
it.
Cheers.
Yep.
All right, next we have Shrimpy Boy.
Shrimpy boy.
Yep.
Hey, what's up?
Alright.
Good.
Alright.
So it's funny because the question that I was gonna ask is the exact same question that I just asked. Oh, like, if you were gonna work for Rob, like if Rob Top was gonna have you work for him, like, would you do that? But yeah, but I thought of a couple other questions. So Absolute, what's the difference between the version of the macro that you had, like the bot before and after 2.2? Because I feel like the one after 2.2 is just not as good. Like it just stops working.
I think what the internally they work very similarly. I think what it is there's just been so much more. It's the practice bug fix that's different, and that's why it breaks more. And there's also no options for frame fix or click fix, which I need to add
Yeah.
back. I'm definitely adding click fix back, and I just need to improve practice bug fix until the bot works better. But the actual like underlying engine is the same.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then also I just thought of another one. With FPS bypass, whenever I it's like I can't set it to below 60. Like if I want to
Yeah.
just play on 15 FPS for some reason, I can't do that.
It's because I use like the Rob Top functions instead of the game engine Coco's 2D functions, and because I want to like integrate better with the game. Essentially, that's why it's go below 60 because GT limits it. I
Yeah,
can probably
okay.
get around it, but sorry, because it's like not a requested thing and it just might cause other issues. It's not a priority.
Yeah. I guess because like not a lot of people want to play on 15 FPS, but I know that there are
Exactly. No, but it's
like
kind of
15
funny.
FPS challenges, and it's like fun. Yeah, but
I can definitely add it back. I wonder. I haven't actually seen what would happen because I know the physics works differently now.
Yeah, I mean, I think
so-
if you use physics bypass, I don't know if that would
I mean
make it work.
that doesn't work like that. That also caps itself out kind of because it's not. You'll set it to like 320 and it will act at like 330 or 360 or something. It acts very weird.
Yeah, I haven't tried physics
Right.
bypass, so I don't know like exactly.
I don't even know like what physics
does.
bypass is. Like what does it even do?
It essentially just changes one value in the game loop from 240 to whatever you set it, and depending on what how GD's made, things will happen or things won't happen like how you expect. So it's really not a perfect mod, but it
I mean,
works like that because all the other bots use the exact same method and to keep everything working with each other.
does it not like change anything with the physics steps? That's how I
It
assumed it
does.
worked.
It will change if you set it to 360 or set it to 360 FPS.
Oh,
360
yeah.
But
I
like
see.
sometimes if you set it to something like 200, it might not set it to 200 steps exactly. It works kind of weirdly.
Interesting.
Especially when you go like below. And I'm not sure why, and I'm not going to look into it because it's like it's not a needed thing.
Yeah, no, a lot of the things you do, like I think it's just funny how the official like showing hitboxes in game is not as good as your version of show hitboxes.
He should just
Like yours is
hire
more
me.
accurate.
If he asks for the code, I'll give it to him.
Where's
No,
my fucking
really.
paycheck?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's so dumb how he doesn't like take mods into account when he's like updating his stuff because Geo just immediately stopped working after
The
2.206.
thing
It's
is,
like
he can't like take mods into account that way. Because that's out of his control. What he could do is give us this thing called a PDB file, which just tells us where all the functions are and all the variables, and it would make going from version to version so nice. And he doesn't really want to, and I don't agree with his
even
reason.
though,
But
yeah.
I think because it'd be such
All
a
right, we
headache.
gotta keep going.
All right. Thank you. All right. It was great talking to you guys. Thank you
You
for having
too.
me on.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mm.
Does it let you DC? Do I have to drag you out?
I don't know. I can just go back to the other place.
All right. Let's do Steak Michael.
Hello.
Hello.
I love your name, by the way.
So I had like a kind of a suggestion for a mod. I don't know how easy it could be, but I just found myself I don't like the new ship physics from 2.2.
Oh yeah.
I often use your edit level thing to go and edit them back to the 2.1 physics. So I was wondering if there was a way to automate that because it's pretty annoying often.
There's definitely a way. I remember I'd like reverse engineered like all of ship physics in 2.1.
Oh damn.
So I could do it. I just if I do add it, it would definitely be triggering the cheat indicator because
Yeah, I know it
but
wouldn't be considered legit, but at this
Yeah.
point I don't really care. I don't play for
Doesn't dual ship physics change as well,
yeah, I think they
or like
do.
upside down or something?
Well,
I
it's like an option you can toggle, but there, I think by default in 2.2 levels, it has the new ship physics, which makes
Yeah.
upside down and right side up ship the same, which is
so I
just
could just disable that.
yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what
that's
I
probably
do, and
quite
it works well. That's basically what I
that's
would be
probably quite
asking
an
for,
easy
so
mod to
it
make
would be
then.
nice.
Yeah. Oh no, I can do that. Do that.
All right.
We'll add that to the list.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steak Michael. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess that's how I can pronounce it.
Thank you so much.
Michelle. Good night, man.
Bye bye.
All right. Let's do Nyx. Hello?
Yo,
Hi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
so I got a question for Absolute.
Go
Go
for it.
it.
Do you consider yourself the best GD map creator?
Map. God, you've not been playing those levels, have you? They are old ass levels. I created those when I was like 13. No. I do think what was it? The image to GD levels though. They were straight bangers. But no way. They don't even work half the time either. Now there's all those anti-cheat measures with the game, so it'll just kick you out.
Also, what do you think about the bug that was found of the rendering of the hitbox when of teleport portals?
Oh, that thing. That was I heard like yeah, that was just a very interesting bug. I didn't actually know the game worked like that, but it makes sense. But it's technically due to a bug with how GD initializes hitbox offsets, the like scaled objects, because the bug doesn't happen when you're using different enter effects. It's only with that scaled enter effect. It's really strange. But I can see how something like that goes unnoticed for years. But I'm glad to say it's fixed now.
Awesome. Cool.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You there?
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Well,
Thank you.
bye.
My controller
Yeah.
fell off my lap. That scared me. All right. We're going to do Hayes and Lika, and then we're done.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Alright, so first I would just like to say, like, hey, thanks for hosting the podcast. It's been really fun to listen to when I have
Thank you.
time. So
Thank
yeah.
you. I'm glad to come back
Right.
at this.
Yeah, so I've so a bit of a confession, I haven't actually been watching much of the podcast because I've been busy with other stuff, but I thought
No
I'd hop in
problem.
just to ask a question. So question for Absolute, like do you like how much do you actually play the game, and if you do you have like a hardest or are you going for one?
Oh, I haven't like properly played the game since like I'd say 2018. The last
Oh, okay.
my hardest level is like Old Rebellion. I'd say that, and
Okay.
then before that probably Nine Circles.
All
I,
right.
I feel like I want to go for Fairy Dust someday, but
Okay.
I just don't. I genuinely don't play the game at all. I just make mods for it.
All right.
I feel like a fraud.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Yeah.
All right. And last we have Leica. I don't know how to say their name. Hello?
Hello. Up here. That's my mic. It's not really a question. It's more like a suggestion. Is that fine as well?
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of other people, like I've heard a lot of other people, they think, like, it's like start position checkpoints. So, like, when you're placing down checkpoints in a level, there could be, like, a specific, like, different checkpoint that acts as a start position, so you don't have to, like, make a copy and then place all the start positions in the level. It could just be like a separate type of checkpoint, like maybe a different
Yeah.
color or something. And it
Would that
like
work
stays
as
there
like?
after you beat.
Would people want that as like a permanent thing, or like, it only says for like that session?
Yeah, maybe like just for that session, I think.
Oh,
Because
that's
like when you beat it, or like when you finish the practice run, you can just go back to those
yeah.
specific
No,
ones.
I would like to do that. Like I thought about like a checkpoint switcher as soon as I did the start plus switcher, but then they'd work awkwardly between each other. But like if you like just choose specific checkpoints, that sounds a lot better. I like that variation bit a lot more. I think I
Alright
can add
then.
that as to the to do.
Alright, thank you then.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was some good phone ins.
That was nice. Yes,
I thought there'd be
Is that
more
everyone?
people, honestly, but that's fine. Doesn't matter.
That's fine. Yeah.
That I've been sitting
I
here just
think-
playing GD on a controller.
It's finally working.
I feel like I'm better in conversation when I'm not staring at like the OBS preview, like with the thing just spinning.
Fair enough. It's nice to keep yourself busy. I've just been staring at Notepad though.
I've just been staring at my monitor.
I've got
Let's
some
see if we have
like,
anything
nice
else. We can do like miscellaneous stuff if you just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
talk about it.
I've got a headset now as well.
Let's see what we got. Kugel.
What's up? What's good?
It's making sure you didn't die of
No, I'm
eating
here.
algae or anything.
Sorry, my Coke had too much mold in it.
Oh, I have a good one. How do you deal with the stress of having to update MegaHack every time a new GD update comes out and immediately outdates it?
I just work my ass off. I came up with a process that really sped it up, and then I really got into it because it was just like update after update after update after
Yeah.
update. Was it 2.204 where like I released Mega Hack for 2.203 and then that came out a few hours later?
Yeah, I think
Or,
so.
remember.
or like doing,
I know the short one was 2.203.
yeah,
Because I
that was it.
remember for platformer, he like reverted the physics back and then reverted
Yeah.
it back again.
I remember that. It was so
so-
annoying because I fixed it, I got it updated, pushed it out, went to sleep, woke up, and it was broken. But what I do is this thing called signature searching where you just like search for similar or like certain bits of code, and that automates most of it. But like I've got to do that and then verify anything, and it also gets longer the more mods I add. But
Right.
I feel like most times now I can do it in less than a day. The only
I mean, the
exception.
good thing is that
is
like
60-bit
there
GD.
aren't really many updates anymore, given that like
Thank
obviously
God.
on release there's gonna be a lot of bug fix updates.
Yeah.
But I think there's probably gonna be more updates here and there, but they're gonna be more spread out.
2.207 is in development still. I
Yeah,
feel like we'll get that, and then it'll be a long wait until 2.21.
probably, yeah.
That's how the games work the past few years, at least. Hopefully not though.
You think this game will ever die?
No, not at all. I feel like if it does, it actually I know it just won't ever. I remember when I released Mega Hack V5, I was scared about releasing it because I thought 2.2 was just on the horizon, and then it came out 7 years later. And if it hasn't died by that amount of time, it's
Yeah.
never died. Never. Sure.
No, I think the people who were especially like mid 2.1 and stuff saying, "Oh, the game's gonna die in a year or two," and every year they would say it would die in a year or two. Definitely
Yeah.
exaggerating. I mean, of course, at some point in time, the game is gonna die because like
I think
everything will.
and
But
it will dwindle as well. But
yeah, but I think it'll last for a while, like a very long time. And then even after it's quote unquote died, I think there's still always going to be like a really like devoted small niche fan base to it.
100%.
And I think even then that would be far in the future. Like I think the game still has a lot of life in it.
Also, if the game like starts dying in 5 years, you'll bring back like half the old fan base when another update gets released. Like
Yeah.
2.2 hype was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who came back
I
and
see
also
less
a lot
hype
of
for the
like
Super
new
Bowl.
players.
Yeah, a lot of new players and a lot of, and it was, I guess it was like half because of like those stupid normal face memes.
Yeah.
Lobotomy, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
they were
one.
ridiculous. But like this game's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If I can make a living off of it, I don't see why I would. And it better not because I need it. But no.
What's in store if GD dies? Like, what's the move?
I'm gonna get a corporate job. I'm gonna work for a company. I don't think people in real life always like ask me like, why don't you try another game or something like that? I don't, because like everyone knows me here and there's already people making mods for other games, and also you can't usually charge for mods on other games either. So
Yeah,
I
it's like a
feel like
weird one.
it is geometrydash is like its own thing, but like I feel like doing this has given me such a good experience, and it looks great on my CV. I'm sure.
What other games could this even like work on?
Well, Among Us it worked on. Remember GD Hacker Mode?
I think so.
That mod menu worked on Among Us and Geometry Dash at the same time. It was
What?
incredible. Yeah, it was the same program. It just had its own like separate Among Us mod menu in the code.
I wonder if you could make like, you know how like Roblox has like block strap and it's like all quality of life stuff and like, you know, stuff like that exists for other games. I wonder if you can make just like quality of life stuff instead of like quality of life with hacks with, you know, whatever. I feel like quality of life stuff would be good for like niche games.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like that's an
like indie
applicable scenario.
Yeah, I mean, quality of life stuff's what I've focused on. I mean, the past few years, it's what people want. Realistically, cheats only get you so far because there's so many more people not cheating than cheating.
I feel like it could work on like niche games, like
yeah,
like what's that new fishing game that's out? Whatever it's called. I mean, like, but like the thing is, like, that's silly though. I can't think of any good examples off the top of my head because I don't play enough games, honestly. But
yeah, no, I get you. The thing is, it'll never be like a AAA game or anything like that because the anti cheats or like strict EULAs and all that. I mean, even George Dash's EULA now technically disallows modding, but Rob's not going to do anything about it. So here we are.
he doesn't car. Dude, we've been going for 3.5 hours. I think we need to. I think we need to get out of here. I think I need to eat dinner.
It's almost my bedtime. It's getting close to midnight.
Oh, Celeste, what would, I don't even know what would be on for Celeste. I don't know what kind of mod menu would exist. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like,
oh, that could happen. It's just like then you got to build up a reputation. You got to convince people to give you money. That's difficult. I was modding this game for years for free before I started asking for money.
Yeah, I remember when it became paid. I was like, what?
No, paying for software.
I know for a while a lot of people like stuck to Mega Hack V5.
Yeah.
Before switching.
I feel like just the thing.
Yeah, you gotta make it better.
Yeah, I mean, I did that slowly. V6
Yeah,
had less
like
features than V5.
Yeah, that's why people were using it at first, but then eventually it became like worth it
Yeah.
to switch, and that's
Yeah.
when everyone started.
But it's just like I'd be very hard to replicate because as well, I was the only guy doing that for a good while. Where else were you gonna go? I find it hard to
You
to
monopolized it for a while.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, even when there was like the
Buy
hacker
out
mode
all
in
the
2.1,
competition.
there was the people would get hacker mode and then want mega hack and just save up for that, like while they had the free one.
I'm actually curious. What was the mega hack version that was like on command prompt?
There was V2 and 3 were command prompt. V1 was
Okay.
the cheat engine table, and
I
V4 was the
see.
first like interface
Yeah.
I put effort into.
Yeah, I think the first one I ever used was V2.
V2, they were awful. They were
Yeah. I
Like,
just used it for convenience because it was like it had
it's just
like
there.
everything in it.
And it was I only did them like every time I'd reach a milestone. It's like every 5,000 subscribers that exist, and then they just like V4 blew the fuck up, and then V5 blew up even more. So it's all I
Yeah.
do now. Dude, I never thought I'd be doing this. Like honestly, it sounds so like soppy and like easy to say,
Cliche.
but yeah, cliche. That's the word. But like how turning this into a job is like the most incredible thing I could have ever wished for, because I enjoy it as well. I get times when I like burn out or like I don't do it for a little bit, but like I always come back to it and enjoy working on it, and I will just go for hours and hours and forget to eat or something.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm gonna I just don't. I don't want this game to die. I want to do this for as long as I can, but I know I can't. So let's try and milk it while it's still
Yeah.
alive.
Make the best of it.
Exactly.
That's a good end right there.
That is.
It's a beautiful end. Absolute.
Milk
We gotta give
Geometry
it to
Dash.
you. You did not. You didn't flee this time.
I didn't. I made it. You caught me.
I
I'm so
respect you
sorry
for
about
that.
that.
And this was fun.
Thanks for
I
having me.
learned a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
shit.
been a pleasure.
I learned how bots work, and I learned that GD's code is not as bad as I initially thought off of assumption.
People are just haters. Okay. Rob
Yeah, I
Top-
was a hater.
Great. You shouldn't be anymore.
I mean, I
Give
thought it
Rob
was
Top what he
functional,
deserves.
but yeah.
Well, it definitely works, and that's what people care about anyway. As long
Yep. Well, I gotta eat dinner. Kugel's probably gotta eat, and you gotta go to bed. So this is a
Yeah.
perfect time. If you ever want to come back on, let me know. We can
I
work
will,
something
I will.
out. Maybe we can have 2 developers on. Who knows? But
That'd be
thank you so
fun.
much.
Yep.
That's
Thanks
it.
for having
Thank
me.
you.
Bye,
See
everybody.
ya.